up on that we're getting trolled.
It's like a Dr. Evil character, you know?
All right, guys. Okay, we are live. Let's see how many people are on. I'm gonna type this here. Can y'all hear us? Okay, and I put it there. I'm gonna put it on the other chats. I have the other chats open up on my side of my window. So there's Odyssey, and yeah. So we have 3 people now just crawling up. Okay. And let's see, I'm just gonna open up on this X. It should have a pop-out chat. I don't know why it's not running. I just want to pop up this chat so I can leave this. Okay, pop-out chat. All right, we are good to go. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, 1 second. I have someone at my door. I'll be back.
Sure. See if I can bring up the chat myself.
All right, we are good to go. Yeah, so you guys can hear us. And yeah, so guys, we have a special guest, Chris InfoCrypt. Okay, let's go. And yeah, so rotary matrix in the house. Audio is good. 29,000 tons of thermites in there. Hello. Okay, epic stuff. All right, and yeah, so if you want to say hi to them, Chris, just introduce yourself.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? My name is Chris. I work at a data center. I work in technology. I do research on the biodigital convergence and transhumanism. And I've been doing the transhumanism biodigital convergence research for about 2 years, 3 years solid. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, epic. Yeah, and so we met actually on my MES Links Telegram. He posted saying that you research a lot on biodigital convergence. I'm like, oh, great, let's do a stream. So that's pretty much how we met. So that's epic stuff there. Yeah, so he posts a lot of stuff in the MES Links Telegram and so on. All right, epic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just share this to the. I made this links right here. I'm not sure if you had a chance to go through it all and so on. And I'm gonna 1 second. I'm just gonna send this link to the chat, and then we can go from there. And also, you wanted to play that video you at the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and we have some people from your I think from your group. This is Corny Nokel says hi, Chris and Matthew. All right, epic hi.
Corny Nokel, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Laura is doing a bunch of hashtag biology, technology, transhumanism. Okay, let's go. And okay, 9/11 revisionist is in the house. Okay, there's the link to the links, guys. Okay, and also we have okay, Rumble. We have someone actually commenting on Rumble, saying detect, protect. Okay, let's go. There's a link to the links, guys. I put everything in there, and you guys like the trailer. And what I want to do is I want to play the trailer first, and then we could play that video I think you wanted to play at the beginning, and then we can go through basically a bunch of notes and links and see how we get to it. And also I want to make a note right here. The thumbnail. Yeah, so I use the AI upscaler to upscale your your logos there. I'm like, all right, let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna play this trailer, guys. It's one of my best works. All right, this is the Claus Schwab, the literally a Bond villain. Let's play it.
I enumerated 24 different technologies, and at the end, it is a fusion of the material or physical, biological, and digital world.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, but then the next step could be to go into prescriptive mode, which means you do not even have to have elections anymore, because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be. Can you imagine such a world?
The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing, right. Just as an example, it's you who are changed. Yeah. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity. Yeah. You will get some injections and some and so on, and then don't forget your avatar will continue to live, So, and your brain will be replicated through artificial intelligence and algorithm. A combination, a power which is based on a combination of those three dimensions: physical, biological, and digital.
All right. All right. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys like that trailer. One of the best trailers I made. And I put the links to all the videos I used of it in here. So there's videos using a trailer. And there was also like a 3-minute that song at the end. That's like, I think it's AI done. It's absolutely epic stuff here. And then Sax on Telegram says, "No, Claus, I saw your beach wedding photo, you sick man mocker." Yeah, I saw that. I'm not sure if it was actually him, but it did look like him. Do you know which one he was talking about? The one there was a someone on, yeah. So someone on Rumble posted, yeah, there was a beach photo that looked like Claus. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. It's like this beach wedding when the guy's like nude and looked like.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it looked like Claus. People were saying it was Claus. I don't want to Google it. Okay. Yeah, so that was that one, and then but also I'm hearing a bit of echo again in that thing. I'm not sure what the issue is. There's that echo. It might be coming from. What you could try to do is, actually, it's not there anymore. Okay, that's good.
It might just come in and out because of these cheap headphones.
Okay, it might be the headphones. I think next time I hear it, what we could do is just to test out if it is the headphones. You could close the mic with your hand, and then I'll try to see if I'll see if the echo shows up, just to see what it is. All right. And yeah, so that's that one. And I think you mentioned in Telegram that you wanted to show that video at the beginning, and then also your your thoughts on Claus. What's your thoughts on him? I think he's just an entertaining like Bond villain that they picked.
Yeah, he's like he's a character. You know, that's really what a lot of these people are. I've started to come to the conclusion that, you know, all these people we see on mainstream anything, you know, before it was mainstream media being TV and stuff like that, but now it's all online. So it's anything the algorithm, the mainstream is an algorithm, you know. So anything that they push out there and everybody knows about in one way or another, it's almost not, none of it's real. You know, there's always the realism is hidden behind this act, this play, this like puppet show. And he's just one of those people, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you're right. It's similar with Trump, Trudeau. They just seem too cartoonish. It's like
yeah, larger than life. Just it's a show.
Yeah, and like Bill Gates too. Bill Gates as well. And there's that. I think that court hearing footage way back. I think in the '90s when he was getting sued for some trust violations with Microsoft or something like that. But if you see footage, he's kind of like rocking back and forth as if he has some sort of like mental condition or something.
Autism or something.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, that's the real Bill Gates. And
I recently read his book. It actually was a pretty good book, believe it or not. But you know, it's slanted towards the way he wants people to see him rather than probably who he really is.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and yeah, like BitConnect screaming guy. Okay, do you remember the BitConnect scandal? Yeah. So that one's another one. I think that's another another puppet just doing his thing. So what I want to do is because I want to check the messages that you sent. So you wanted to share that video. This is on. I just want to know. Yeah, see, right now you're seeing a window. I want to see if I can share my full screen with you. The thing is, I have like a really big screen, so it's hard to share it. I'm gonna stop sharing this one. I'm gonna see if I can share. Yeah, okay. Share. There should be a way to share a single screen. I don't want to share the full giant screen. That's the only downside. Okay, so I'm gonna do a window. I'm gonna share. See what you sent me. You sent me this one here. This is on X. So you sent me this X post. I'm gonna share this. Include sound. Back to the window. Okay, how do I open this up? Prison Live. 1 second. It's been a while since I used this. Okay, why can't I just share this part? 1 second. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. 1 second. Okay, this one here. Okay, so you can see my screen. This is the one that you sent me. This is Ian F. Akildil's editor-in-chief.
Yeah, Achilles.
Achilles. Okay.
And that account right there is non-vaxxer 420. He's a buddy of mine, and he's probably the best researcher I've ever met. I mean, the guy is like a machine himself, and you know, I kind of work under his kind of lead, if I want to put it that way. But I'm part of his channel on Telegram, and you know, he has a team of people who all we do is research on this. And he's you know, he's a machine. So if you guys want to follow that account, that's a great source of like information. He always posts his sources, so you don't have to. It's not conspiratorial stuff. It's straight to the source type stuff. So
okay, and this is so this guy you says he's non-vaxxer. What is it? That's his Telegram username.
Well, yeah, on Telegram it's non-vaxxer 420. And you type that in Telegram and you should be able to find his channel.
Yeah. Oh, so and then the channel yours is that your channel, InfoCrypt, or is that his? Or is
InfoCrypt is mine.
Okay, so InfoCrypt is yours. So I'm gonna go right here. So I think I pinned it. So this is InfoCrypt is your channel for those in the audience, and the other guy is non-vaxxer 420 because I think I saw a name like that. Okay, there it is, non-vaxxer 420.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and this one's pretty big. There, I'll give this a follow. God, I don't even know how to follow this. I'm using web Telegram, anyways. Let's see if I can follow. I don't even know how to follow. Where's the follow button? Okay,
that's the sub channel. Here, I'll send you his.
Okay. View as view topic info.
Because I made a sub channel specifically for him inside of my Telegram, so he could post.
Oh yeah, but you could do a sub channel. I didn't know you could do a sub channel. Oh, this is theirs. Okay, that's not. This is a non-vaxxer 420. That's an actual account in yours. Okay, I thought it was there.
Yeah, that's a sub channel inside my Telegram.
Okay.
I sent you a link.
So I gotta go non-vaxxer 420.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Which one is it?
Yeah, it's that top one.
Rumble. Okay. Yeah, it's got a pretty big account.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says Rumble. Right.
Yeah, to view your freedom as selfish. Yeah, no, that's pretty much that's straightforward. Okay. Let's join the group. All right, so we are in. Oh, and he shared it too. I think I shared the YouTube one here. Yeah, epic stuff. Yeah, because I noticed it got a lot of traction. All right, so
yeah, all these people in this channel they're my friends. Like, you know, like I spend a lot of time with those guys, and we share a lot of research, and you know, we bounce ideas off each other. But like I said, it's important to go keep the sources. You know, when you post about stuff, it's kind of hard to do that on X because I have a 280 character limit. So. But yeah, we try to keep the sources.
Yeah, and well, one way we could do is post sources either on Telegram and then put that link inside the X so that they can go straight to it.
Oh yeah.
Or another one is just using even Pastebin, or like you could do
Pastebin.
So you could do let's say sources, links, and so on. Yeah, and then just put that in there.
Oh okay.
Yeah, but I usually do is I put it on Telegram and then when I share on X or whatever, I'll put a link to my Telegram, like a post. I just copy the post, put it in there, and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of do it that way there. Yeah, but I do agree. Yeah, putting links is the most important one, the sources, because it's very easy to fake stuff, especially, and also very easy for normies to just dismiss if there's no actual source there, even if it's real.
Yeah. Exactly, and I think that's the whole point I think that's the whole reason they unleashed AI into the public spheres, is because they knew what they were about to start doing, and they needed a way to. They hide behind plausible deniability. It's their favorite thing. You know, if they can put plausible deniability in there, it's their shield. I mean, it's their shield and their sword in a way. So if they push AI out into the public realm, well. Even if something real comes out, it leaks, you know, they could just say, well, prove it's not AI, you know what I mean, or whatever. And as long as they cast that little bit of doubt, you know, you're only 99% sure, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And I've seen some like so-called truthers pushing, like using a ChatGPT when it first came out as a source.
Oh, I hate it.
And it's
I
like.
hate it.
Yeah, and it was straight BS. I'm like, how is this? And this is one of the I think his name's Chris Sky. You may have heard of him, Chris Sky. He's like
I think I've heard of that guy.
yeah, yeah. So I think he's controlled up. He's that short steroid guy. I actually met him one time.
Dude, yeah.
I actually met him
really?
at a COVID rally because in Vancouver, he was in Vancouver, and then I got a photo with him. Yeah, so his teeth I think are like super fake. But I did. Yeah, where's Chris Sky? I gotta find. But also there's videos of even his wife and cousin calling him out. His wife is an interesting character. I gotta find where it was. No, okay, but I'll find it there. I'll have a look in and I'll try to show it because it's pretty funny. And okay, so yeah, I want to play that video first of the one that you sent me.
Sure.
So this is the one right here. So yeah, would you be willing to start us off with this or throw this video in somewhere maybe before I'm talking or speaking, whatever? Yeah, this guy's basically the real father of all the stuff, and this is this guy right here, largely unknown by people through the mainstream. Everyone focuses on Schwab and Bill Gates. Yeah, those are just like the funny mainstream guys. They're just too much characters. Okay, and so this is the real guy. This guy is Ian F. Alcaldes. Oh man, that's a hard name.
Alcaldes.
Yeah, Alcaldes. So you can tell that's a real name. It's hard to pronounce. Bill Gates. It just seems like literally made from like ChatGPT. Like make a simple name that's easy to repeat. All right, let's play this one.
COVID injection is exactly based on this idea. So all these fluids, right, there are nanoscale machines inside, right? So when you look inside.
In terms of bio things, these are for the health applications. I did also a lot of research on that the last 15 years. Bio nanoscale machines, but these
is the person speaking right now, is this on Vaxxer 420?
No, that's Ian F. Alcaldes.
Oh, this is Ian, the same guy that's that's speaking over the video. I thought this
it's all him.
Oh,
I don't think Sean's talking in there.
Oh, because it looks like it's a screen recording.
He probably screen recorded it. Yeah, he does a lot.
Oh, okay.
He only has a cell phone, so it's kind of.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. All right, let's play this again. Yeah, I just got confused. I can play. Let's go back here.
COVID injection is exactly based on this idea. So all these fluids, right, there are nanoscale machines inside, right? So when you look inside.
In terms of bio things, these are for the health applications. I did also a lot of research on that the last 15 years. Bio nanoscale machines, but these are for the injecting into the body and always monitoring the health problems, and that is also really going really well. Like with these COVID vaccines, it's going that direction. These mRNAs are nothing than small scale, nanoscale machines, right? They are programmed and they're injected, and then into other nanoscale things. So those will be part of 7G and beyond, right?
Another issue is that I'm having the same problem. Maybe you too. There are some people, they are attacking me in the background about ethical issues. I hope it doesn't happen to you, that there are these paranoias that we are doing these things, that we are trying to poison the world. I'm serious. So I hope it's not happening to you, but I assume it does. So we have to also teach these people that what we are doing is really helping mankind. It's not just for
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're definitely right. I receive these questions as well. I mean, they attack through the ethical aspect, or they attack through the privacy security aspect. What are you going to do when you connect my brain or when you connect my kidney? I'm telling I don't have such intentions, or none of the people doing this research have such intention. Of course, when we come up with any engineering solution or science, it could be used for good or bad, right? We know from the Manhattan Project example or anything of that sort. So,
in fact, unfortunately, some maniacs in the U.S. found all my work the last 18 years. I'm getting a lot of hatred mail, so my life is in danger. They think that I'm Dr. No in James Bond movies, that I'm trying to manipulate human lives, but it's, I'm not the only one. There are many people working on this subject,
Hopefully, people will behave nicely, but that's not the case, unfortunately. You're right. So now somebody can come and then really reprogram you and kill you even.
All right. That's pretty wild stuff there.
Yeah, so you see how we don't have those intentions. Well, first off, all of this technology is headed up by the military industrial complex. Mm-hmm. So I don't. What does military do? They're
Yeah.
not there to be your friend, you know.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean by plausible deniability. You know, it's like, oh yeah, we're just, you know, frail little scientists. We don't mean anything
Yeah.
by it. Yeah, give me a break, dude.
Yeah, and even if, let's say, even if it was they're trying to kill us all off and stuff, like even if they're out in the public, it's like the issue is that they're forcing the injections, for example.
Exactly.
So it's like we can't even say no, and if someone has a side effect or a main effect, you can't sue anybody. Like you can't actually sue the
You can barely even talk about it.
yeah. So if you talk about it, you get censored. And then if you try,
Right.
then there's no one to sue there, so they have no liability, the manufacturer. So it's like,
Right.
so it's like I don't even if they're trying to save us, it doesn't sound like you're trying to save us.
Right. Anybody, you know, if something is forced upon you or sneakily, you
Yeah.
know, sprayed in your skies for 80 years, for example,
Yeah.
you know, you don't have good intentions. Maybe that guy doesn't specifically have good intentions, but trust me, you don't do that to somebody if
Yeah.
you're just some good guy.
No, definitely, and again, there's no liabilities to the companies that do, especially the injections. Like I cannot, I don't know how anybody can like like support such a cause. Because I knew some friends that were like from my soccer team. They were brainwashed to the max. Like they were upset that people were protesting mask mandates. I'm like, what? People want to breathe. Like what? I'm like, my goodness. All right. I have some comments right here. I'm gonna read on Rumble. Sachs, there's weird laws in UK for questioning big pharma, criticism of politicians, filming of migrant hotels from public spaces. So if your vacation is in UK, don't say anything about big pharma, virus transmission, grooming gangs, political narratives. All right, 6 to 8 years jail. Have a great. Oh, right. That's a bunch of comments right here. But also, yeah, the guy's really pushing that the Claus wedding suit guy is him. I'm gonna do a quick, so just so you know what I was talking about. Claus Schwab wedding photo. Wedding wedding photo fact check. Photo shows Florida resident, not World Economic Forum. Let's see what it shows up. Oh, it's not showing it. Let's just go to the probably. It's one of the funnier ones. Let's see this. Where's the photo? Yeah, this one right here, man, in Florida. This guy.
My god. Oh my god.
Claus Schwab, what are you doing? all right. That's
Jesus, dude.
yeah. That's Claus Schwab.
So they're saying that's not him. I don't trust the fact checkers anyway. So
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, we live in such a clown world. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that was him. Like.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna find the Chris Sky footage right here. Where is? Like, there's a photo I posted in my, I think, on my personal one. Okay. I think I gotta find it. Once I find it. But anyways, besties. Let's see what did I type here?
I wonder if I can bring up your chat. It's on the you're using the YouTube chat, right?
Yeah. So you can open up the chat. I can send you a link of the actual chat. So here's a link to the chat where instead of, where you don't need to open up the whole video. So this one is this chat, and you can also comment as well. But also have it on Rumble and so on. But it's you'll have to see that on your other. I'm just gonna open up this. I'll send this. How do I use this? Okay, go back here. Let's go back to Telegram. Okay, let's go back here. This is the YouTube chat. The Rumble chat. I'll send the Rumble one as well because that one has seems to be pretty interesting. But what I could also do is I'll open up the Rumble one because Rumble and YouTube are the only ones I usually get comments because other ones I'm just getting them out there. So here's the here's the comments. I could just show them like this instead. Okay, St. David says never forget 9/11 Moonchild. Heard you here first. Let's go. All right. Enlarge the face if you zoom in. So the guy's really convinced that is the guy. But yeah, so we could. I think they'll do it for later. We'll do a deep dive on Claus Schwab if he's actually that guy. Anyways, I don't want to waste too much time. So I'll keep it open right here. Whenever, or I'll just open up whenever I go into it. But yeah, so you don't need to look at it if you don't want. All right. So.
Sorry, I got two screens. So.
Okay, you got two screens. Yeah, you can open up as well if you want. So what I'm gonna do is the next setup is we can either go through the notes or you wanna go through what you shared on the Telegram, or how do you wanna?
Go through the notes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the notes. I had initially random notes, but I'm going to go to the Biodigital Convergence first. And so these are the videos. I just put the notes right here. The videos that I used of the Claus Schwab one in the trailer. And this one here, I upscaled the photos in the thumbnail using this AI upscaler. It's pretty epic. Have you ever used these upscalers?
No.
Yeah, so I could show you it. I'll just show you quickly, just so because again, this AI stuff, it can be useful when you. So this is the photo. Okay, this one is your photo, normal one. Then it just upscales. So there's the before one. This is before.
Oh, wow.
After.
Made it sharper.
Yeah, and makes it bigger too. But then if so, you have to like sign up or whatever to get a higher resolution. But I just copy and this is good enough. Just 2x is good enough. 4x, then you'll need to like log in or pay or whatever. But I just use that. So that's a cool thing you could do. And yeah, so that's that one. And yeah, so there's a link to his. I'll put a link to the chat for those. You could join his the crypt.info, the Telegram there. I'll also put it on Rumble there. All right. And another thing I want to post out. Yeah, this one I just put this just for other one. I saw this years ago. This is Ancient Transhumanism by Michael Dessarian. Have you ever heard of Michael Dessarian?
I have not.
He's one of those like he's like a David Icke kind of guy, but I think he's like a more a less disinfo-y David Icke version. But this was he's talking about ancient transhumanism, like humanism. The whole idea was like even in the ancients they were trying to I'm gonna play like a bit of it. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's just 3 minutes. It's 2007 interview. Let's see what he says just to get a refresher.
Well, first we have to realize that technology is not something new. Just even looking at the meaning of the word technology is an Egyptian word. Tech, T-E-K, it was spelled back in Egyptian times, and it was a religion. It was part of a worship connected to the name of the serpent. So that, again, we have the serpent symbol being very much at the heart of the symbolism connected to technology. But technology has been on this planet for aeons. In my work, you see, we were visited about 50,000 years ago by beings, off-world beings, who have been, instrumental in our civilization during a great war that they had in the past, the so-called War of the Gods that all the mythologies talk about. They lost all of their technological hardware. This was a war that was fought with incredible weaponry and sophisticated hardware, but the war was so severe that it actually precipitated enormous earth changes.
All right, yeah. So anyways, you get the idea. It's just one of those ancient alien stuff there. But the idea of like the technology lost and then they're trying to rebuild it. I think that there's some truth.
I'm with them. Yeah. Honestly, by stuff that I've found, like that makes total sense to me. I in no way think this is the first time we've been here to this position. I mean, to think that we have is kind of ridiculous, that we sat around on our hands for thousands and thousands of years, and then suddenly one small 2 to 250 year period, we managed to get all the way from horse and buggy to wireless communications and the internet and all that. It's just kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. I mean,
definitely. I think I think one of the biggest like reasons, like my views, at least some of it is true, is because like COVID is was like a big shock that the whole world occurred at the same time, but it's like that can't be done on just a natural, like randomly everyone just agrees that we're all going to do this. So, so in other words, there is some sort of overarching mechanism that's shifting all of humanity to a different aeon. Right. It's kind of like, so again, even with the technological revolution, like in the 250 years, everything gets advanced. I think even that advancement, it's kind of like, all right, we're time to do it now.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
that too.
Yeah, and this one is some of it's pretty interesting. The symbology and astrotheology aspects, I think the symbolism is just very intriguing. But mainly, if you ever listen to him, his take on psychology, on like human psychology, is very, 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 very fascinating. But anyways, so that's that part. But I'm gonna go past the notes right here. That was just some of that. But then this was a channel the first time I've actually looked at transhumanism was from a YouTube channel called Transhumana. I'm not sure if you ever heard about it. He made these pretty epic videos on transhumanism and like on technology and so on. And then when I was making these notes, I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it anymore. And then I realized, then I found out in my notes, like I put a link in it, it's like all of it is private. So almost all of his videos are private. So basically, I'll write down right over here. Transhuman channel had many documentaries on transhumanism. Now most are set to private on his channel, and he changes channel name to Hyperontic and is apparently a communist now. So like, what in the world's going on here?
What the hell?
Yeah, so this guy right here has some pretty epic documentaries on transhumanism, singularity, and so on. But he had way more. And then all of a sudden they're all gone, and then some of them are like, I think either set to private or deleted or whatnot. And if I go check his X account, he's a communist. So I'm like, what in the world's going on here? So you go.
Wow.
So this guy right here, Alex Hypertonic, and then yeah, now he's supporting like retweeting communism stuff. Anyways, yeah,
Wow.
so I can hear my echo again. You want to try test out the thing? Close your mic, see if I can hear it. Hello, testing. It's gone. Okay, yeah. So it is from the mic. No, I think I heard a bit. I heard a bit. It's, oh no, I hear it more now. So I have no idea what's going on. Can those in the audience? Can you hear it, guys? Can you guys hear the echo? Okay. Someone. Okay. On Rumble. Someone. I'll open up like this. Someone. Sachs commented that he heard David Icke say something interesting. This is a pretty interesting tell right here. I'm gonna quickly open up. This is on Rumble, so you could see it. So Icke once said, "I've seen him reveal his inner demon. It's weird." Okay, this is Icke is a new age movement. It's right out of Tavistock. I hate all that love and brigade. Yeah, and but also David Icke, he covers up 9/11. I have a very strict 9/11 policy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's this part. Yeah. So anyways, this guy here, if you ever had a chance, had some really epic videos on the singularity and so on, like humanity's quest to just basically merge with machines, but it's more from a mainstream perspective. But it's still pretty good. But then all of a sudden, again, he's a communist now, so that's
really weird.
I have no idea what. Yeah, so now he's a part of the American Communist Party. Like, where are we? Like, like, where am I anymore? All right, so that's that part. I just want to continue with the notes, what I had. Also, this one here, I'm not sure if you've seen this. Love for Crypto's most popular videos are XRP world currency documentaries. So when people say transhumanism and all that, AI, robotics, I think what's the driving, like, what's the actual mechanism to feed them or make them viable is cryptocurrency. Have you ever had these? And this one here, this is from 6 years ago. I've seen these ones. This is XRP world currency. Basically, the theory is that XRP is going to be one of the, it's like a currency that basically bridges all of the fiat currencies into
Right.
this into the banking financial system, and then this will pretty much power everything, or a lot of the pretty much the new digital economy. So
See, that's so funny because about 6 years ago,
yeah,
I was told that the XRP was going to be the crypto, and like eventually, I didn't know what for, but that was just the rumor at the time. And yeah, sure enough, here it is.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually invested in it. I actually wrote an article. I wrote an article on Steam it before. I call it XRP world currency. Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you grasp it, you kind of know, like, for investment wise, and it was also part of like why it's like the main focus. It was like in the last bull run, it got sued by the SEC. It's kind of like
I heard about that. Yeah.
But basically, they're like hindering their price until it's like the big players accumulate enough. So if you go XRP world currency, but even Bitcoin's also, it's like pretty much digital gold. It was all set way back, and it's a way to like absorb all the fiat value, so that the same players that owned all the fiat, even though they're burning more, they're creating more and more currency, and more paper money. Yeah, but now they're owning the Bitcoin, owning the XRP, so their value still, their control over everything still is the same. But now they've shifted over everything.
They're buying assets with fiat too. You know, they're buying land, and I think Bill Gates is the biggest landowner in the United States now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that's the thing. So they pretty much buy assets and then inflate the currency away. So then the actual people that suffer are the ones that don't have assets. So like pretty much most of the world. And then this one here, I wrote this in 2018. Even when Bitcoin was first created, it was already outdated technology. This XRP world currency is upon us. But also Bitcoin is kind of like gold. It's like where pretty much that's just going to be a hedge. Everyone just buys it as just a safekeeping. And this was I wrote this about this years ago. This is Ripple's. This one's Ripple's chief technological officer. He also wrote. He had a patent for like a similar cryptographic money in 1996, and he also he wrote it way back, and also wrote it for I think he did some work for CNN and CIA. I think or NSA. Something like that.
I posted a timeline in one of those threads, and it actually, I think the very first crypto considered was from the 80s.
Wow.
And I think it like failed or something, and then the next one was that 1996 one or whatever. But I've seen the paper on that digital, I think it was called DigiCash or something.
Okay.
And apparently the guy, NSA takes credit for it. It's on the bottom of the white paper for it.
Oh.
So I don't know if the guy worked for the NSA or what, but yeah.
No, this is another patent he did. This is 1991. This was another one on distributed computing system. This is the guy that made XRP, that pretty much coded it. He had a patent in 1998. I mean 1988. Holy! But then he filed in 1988, granted 1991, and this is on distributed processing. So basically, you have computers all spread out that they can process, and that's pretty much what crypto is. So that's
Yeah, there was a short time that I traded. I made a lot of money off the Doge explosion, and I think it was 2021. But as I've gone through this biodigital convergence, transhumanism research, I've realized that it's, the systems are running through human bodies. That's the best way I could say it. I couldn't tell you all the technicals off the top of my head. There's plenty of papers out here, especially in that chat that you joined, explaining that part. So I just basically, stopped. Well, after I made that money off Doge, I sold everything, and I just never went back. And I don't plan to. At this point, it feels immoral for me to try to capitalize, because it's fiat. I mean, it's not real. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever thought that the US dollar was not real or backed by anything, this is even more so. So, if it was me, I would get gold and silver, but crypto is just not something. I mean, to me, it's immoral to even participate in that. But at the same time, it's like, that's the way the world is going. You know what I mean? So what do you do? It really sucks, the way that they're doing this with the economy.
No, I understand, but my view is like it's like the entire system is immoral, like the entire monetary system, even outside, gold and so on.
True, that's true.
Because again, gold's owned by the rich players, and in my view, I also believe that they can actually create gold using cold fusion.
Yeah.
So
right, yeah.
But you are right in a sense that a lot of the like Doge, for example, it's like a meme coin. It started off as a meme coin, so it's kind of like you're just gambling. But there are other setups, like for example the Hive one. I could hear the echo again. 1 second. It's just annoying. I don't know what happened to the echo. The echo's still working. Yeah. So it's something else. There's something else.
I don't know.
Do you have anything else that has an echo? I'll check the teams. But it's interesting. It goes on and off. Yeah, just the going back on the blockchain stuff, because like I view the blockchain as like internet, but it's like internet of value. So internet right now is information. So it's like you can send anything information back and forth. So I can send you like an article. I can send you a video and so on. Crypto like it allows you to sending like an actual value. And the thing is, well, what is value? So like what is for example, what is the US dollar? What is gold and all that? But in terms of just for, let's say in terms of US dollar, all it is a ledger that like specifies who did any transaction. But the thing is, if you could do that without having any actual central entity, so anyone can create their own little economy. And to give you an example, like the one I like Hive is like when you say moral stuff, Hive is like the only one that I've seen, or it's one of the few that's like decentralized in a way that that anyone has access, and there's no fees to use it. So for example, and there's also it was also it started off as Steam. I'm not sure if you've heard of Steam. Steemit. back.
Steam it? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I've heard that name.
Yeah, so Steam was that was the crypto that was started, but then it was also had like they had like a ninja mine, which basically meant the founders were able to mine a bunch of the tokens without letting anybody else know. So they got a huge stockpile. And then what happened was Tron. Do you know Tron?
Yeah, Tron.
Yeah, so Tron, the $1 billion exchange, and then the founder, they colluded with like Binance and all that to basically they'd colluded with them and the founders of Steam to take over the chain. And then what happened is the community of Steam it actually forked to Hive. So and then they took all that ninja mine, all those crypto that was like stockpiled by the founders, and they turned it into a decentralized Hive fund, so that the only way to access the money is by voting. And so for example, you can make a proposal and say I want X amount of money, and if you get enough votes, it will get unlocked for you. And to illustrate it, there's a lot of boreholes that are literally created, like formed in like in Ghana, basically straight off of yeah. So this one right here, funded strictly off this magical internet money. so this is I'll open up here. This one here. This is 18 boreholes already funded by Hive. And the thing is yeah. So these are all Hive there, and basically this was all funded. But so basically, the tokens were released for this project that wanted to build boreholes to get water. So instead of these people having to travel like 100 miles, like 5 miles, whatever, to get water, and then they put a sticker on there, and they document everything they did. So they show you all the money they've spent, so that you know, and it's all public on the blockchain. So it's all in the Hive blockchain. So you can literally yeah.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I'm not saying that there's no good that can come from it. I'm just saying that when they say decentralized, I don't buy that. Like, I think from a foundational point, all this stuff is controlled. And just to prove my point, like there are sections of the FBI where their job is to take your Bitcoin. Like, people were saying that Bitcoin is decentralized, but they can take it, because here's the thing. You got to realize we're 30 to 60 years behind as the public from technology that actually exists. AI was created in the 1950s. So they've had it for a long time. All this encryption, that's basically how they secure it. It's encrypted, but they can break that like that. So there are sections of law enforcement. Their job is to take people's Bitcoin. So when people say decentralized, I don't know how true that is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, but even when you take Bitcoin, so I actually believe that, like, you know, there's advanced science. I also believe there's advanced mathematics that can crack it. But when you're saying that people, like, the FBI is there to steal the Bitcoin, but I highly doubt that they're actually cracking the Bitcoin code. They might be cracking, let's say, someone's laptop and then getting the keys from it. But the actual keys, that would be like black budget tech if they have like quantum computing tech. But then the thing is, if you were able to crack it on any of the blockchains, that's public. So now everyone will know. Hey, this random thing was cracked into it. So it would be.
You might be right. You might be right.
Yeah. So what I mean is, the FBI, they're probably cracking into, let's say, someone's computer, looking for their private key and so on. Just because. And the thing is, if they do that for Bitcoin, for example, that's a $2 trillion market cap there. That's a $2 trillion honeypot. So, So what I'm trying to say is, obviously it's controlled. Everything's controlled. Even, let's say, Hive and so on in some way. But the thing is, it's controlled in a way where if they were to crack it, that's kind of releasing, hey, we have advanced quantum computing cryptography tech, where it's like, okay, if you break the Bitcoin, it's kind of like you have to break. You're pretty much telling everything is you're giving all your cards away. But the other part is but the other part about the crypto one is like the reason I promote mainly Hive is that because everything will be tokenized, meaning like we'll have a little number or token that's on the blockchain represents real world assets. So for example, gold as well. Gold will be tokenized, and it is in some areas. You can already and in a way, like so for example, you can buy gold, but you could also buy currently just gold ETFs, for example. Like, you know what ETF is? Exchange tradable fund. So all this is just a paper says that you own gold, but now you could trade that paper. So you can still have like you could still have exposure to the gold going up, but now it's in a way just paper one. You could trade it and so on quickly, and then soon but now it will be mainstream where you can buy gold on the blockchain, tokenized version, and now it's like instant. Now you don't need an actual bank or a stock firm to actually have that access.
See, if it was me, I want physical gold. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
No. Well, what I'm trying to say is, that's also a good way as well. That's another risk. Everything has risk reward, right? So it's like you can also get that as well, similar to getting a house, so on. But then now the risk on that is theft and so on. Forgot what it is. And interestingly, I actually met someone was a gold bug at a freedom rally last week. I have a meeting with him actually. He might be an affiliate. He might set up an affiliate marketing with my channel. So you could buy gold and silver and other precious metals. But I was telling him include Bitcoin as well, just because again, like I think we're like 1990s. Like imagine I was talking to you in the 1990s about internet. Even though it's mark of the beast and all that, it's like everyone's gonna be looking at a computer screen all day. Yeah, but it's gonna happen. All right.
I know. The only way is through. We're not gonna stop this from happening. We might be able to slow it down a little, but we're gonna go through it.
Yeah. So what I mean is like again, this is where I talk about 9/11 a lot and so on. It's like the big one that's actually controlling is like the energy side. It's like imagine you did not need any energy, so now you could actually live somewhere else. So now the issue is like, well, we have to actually live close to a city, close to all this, close to infrastructure, close to taxation. So it's like, so basically my motto is do whatever you can to like minimize as much as you can. And one way is, for example, the crypto one. This is the thing that on Hive that isn't anywhere else, is that they actually have a stable coin that you can buy USD or you can earn USD just by posting, for example. So what I mean is anyone can start off without any money. And then you can earn USD algorithmic stablecoin that's backed by Hive. It's not actually, so you can actually own USD. Let's say if you're in Ghana and your currency is going to like, it's like getting devalued every day. So and then it also earns 15%. So right now, this one here, I've on my account, $1,500, $17 just earned it just doing nothing, and I can go and exchange and trade it for any actual stuff. And there's also restaurants and like stuff opening up and businesses that accept it. So, and the thing is, this one, no KYC, no one needs any ID, and anyone in Ghana, for example, any country, South America, they'll be using it, and they'll have access to USD without any KYC, any know your customer, no ID. So basically, I recommend this just because it's again, anyone can do it without any money, without any ID, and you can literally avoid the rapid money devaluing, because everything's going to be like absorbed. At first, I think every currency gets worse and worse, and then the last one will be the USD. But by that time, we'll have like everyone's already in a digital matrix. But anyways, so we can talk about that for forever. But I want to continue the next setup. Yeah, so that was XRP World Currency. If you ever had a chance to check out this one, this was Love for Crypto. He did it years ago, and pretty much telling you how XRP is going to be like the bridge to where they can move money around like instantly in seconds, like billions and trillions of dollars. And the other part is this one I put in my notes. This is AI needs crypto, because like because I think you posted the Internet of Agents. I think you posted that. Yeah. So those are AI agents, robot agents, and so on. But the thing is, they need some sort of token to transact, like to using a credit card. Like let's say you use a credit card and make an agent. And now it needs to somehow have anywhere that it interacts with, it needs to be able to use MasterCard, for example, right? And then the fees are really high, and at the same time, so then at the same time, MasterCard has to go and double check everything you do, so it's like to make sure all the numbers balance and so on. But the big one is the fees, and also that if you're using an agent and another agent doesn't use MasterCard, uses Visa. Now the question is, how do you interact all these agents? And that's where I think open source blockchain crypto comes in. So now they can use, I'll use Bitcoin as an example, but the thing is Bitcoin is expensive. Like if you ever use Bitcoin, it's like $5, you got to wait like 30 minutes. So they're going to use something, let's say XRP, for example, is one they'll use. The fees are like micro pennies, super tiny. And it's like 5-second settlement. So basically what I'm trying to say is AI agents will be using crypto in their transactions. And because nobody's going to set up an AI agent for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're going to be, if you have an AI agent and you want it to transact and so on, it's gonna use electricity. So you're gonna need some sort of way to fund it, and then you also need, if you wanted to actually do things besides just looking at internet, if you wanted to actually, let's say, use your Amazon account and buy stuff, or use your money in a way that's open source and anyone can go and interact with it, it's going to be basically the cheapest, fastest crypto. And that's pretty much going to fund, I think, all the AI agents. And Hive is a good candidate as well, because it's zero fees. It has a different mechanism. And the thing is, to illustrate this, illustrate an AI agent right now. We'll go to InLeo. So this is I'll go to InLeo right here. So I'll go to InLeo. This is on Hive. I'll use an AI agent right now to summarize a YouTube video. So I'll go to this documentary. Just to give you an example of an AI agent that it's on the Hive blockchain, and it's free, but the thing is, it uses another mechanism of payment. So I'll just do this and I do summarize, and we'll take the transcript of the YouTube video, and we'll summarize it, and then we'll post it on the blockchain. Okay, one second. I'm getting a phone call from my brother.
Sure.
All right, I'm good. Yeah, my brother wanted my tripod. Okay, so I asked this right here. See here. So there is it should summarize by now. Let's see what this is summarizing. Okay. Yeah, this is taking a while. This one is sometimes a bit annoying. Let's see if it summarizes it.
Summarize it in text?
Yeah, it replies here with all the summaries. and the thing is, this goes on the Hive blockchain, and then that gets fed into the AI model that they developed. So so this is I don't know why it's taking this while. Sometimes it takes a while. It should load up. Like here's the one I did. Here's the one I did of that Neuralink video earlier. I did the summarize, and it just summarizes right here. All this Neuralink, a game changer for ALS patients. Neuralink, the brain interface. So it takes the transcript of the YouTube video, so it needs a transcript, and then summarizes it like this. And then you could also use and they have a AI agent already inside. You can just do #AskLeo, make a table, or explain Biodigital Convergence. And it's kind of like using Grok and so on, but the thing is, Grok, you're basically funding the centralized companies. And this one here, the more people that use this, the more that the stakeholders of this token increase. So like, for example, me using it benefits me. Anyone using it benefits because it requires staked Hive. Okay, this one's an error. This is the robot here. This one is an error. Again, this was literally launched, I think, 2 weeks ago. So this is so we are in. Let me see if it loaded up. Okay, there it is. Okay, it finally loaded up. Okay, this is there. This is the one I just summarized. All this existential risks and the future of humanity and in-depth exploration of humanity's face. Blah blah. And so electromagnetic damage to the grid. All right. And another part about the crypto and so on. It comes with and it's also with interesting with the satellites and so on. So you'll have like nodes, like Bitcoin mining nodes or internet nodes on the actual satellite. So anything that happens here, you'll still have access to the actual blockchain, because you'll have internet coming through literally from space. Yeah. So this is
That's interesting to me, because I'm in the okay. So I'm gonna tell you what my project is. For the last year, I've been working on this. It took me a while because I'm a single father and money's tight. But basically, I built a server because I work in a data center. I built a server for myself. I'm doing like 6 4 terabyte SSDs in RAID 10, and my plan is to build my own separate AI rig and do like a Claude model or something and train it myself and train it on the data for the biodigital convergence in order to try to find any security holes. So maybe we could use them. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how well that will go, but I'm a year into the project.
Okay, and if there's some way you can again, like I keep pushing Hive, if there's some way you put that data on Hive so that that data is on the blockchain, and you're basically feeding into it. So I once a week I usually feed I feed this bot a bunch of videos. So just to give you an example, here, and you can also make it ask make tables and so on, and so but again, this I'll show you what I did a few days ago. See how much videos okay, I'm gonna go right here. It's been a while. Let's see the thread. Okay, this one right here. So 2 days ago, I fed it this one right here. I'm usually like once a week I'm like top of the list on the how much data I feed to it. So time to feed this AI YouTube summaries, and I fed it like this channel I like. The truth is I funded like hundreds of videos, and it puts all the transcripts on it, and it gets all on the blockchain. And then even if the videos get deleted, at least you have the summary, and so on. And so this kind of way, like you feed the data and it's all on the blockchain. It's kind of like if you can somehow, with your project, getting all that for biodigital convergence, having that stored, because you have a server there, but then what happens to the server there if it gets attacked, gets censored or whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But also, like, I always tell people just get on it. But I'm hearing myself like really loud now. The echo, the echo is just. I can hear an echo like super loud.
Yeah. I'm not sure why it does that randomly.
Okay, I think it's gone now. Oh no, it's back. So I have no idea why is there an echo. We could probably ask. I'm gonna go. There's a bunch of Rumble comments right here. Claus, great face too. Cartoon Steve Bell. EMF pollution, same categories. Mercury, Ben Gerson. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, I hear that echo. It's super annoying.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just don't know why is there an echo.
Yeah, I literally haven't changed anything. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah.
Turn this output down a little bit.
Yeah.
Or what about now?
How about?
You hear it now?
I could hear it. I can still hear it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask the audience. Can you guys hear that go? Or am I just losing my mind?
Maybe if I move your audio to my right side here, maybe it'll.
Oh, that's weird. Because it shouldn't do it. Like what I mean is it shouldn't be an issue because if I have a microphone, I have my thingy on my headphones as well.
Are they hearing it?
I think they should. Can you guys hear the echo? Yeah, they should be able to hear it because it's connected. Because I still don't know how to comment on your live videos in Peaked or live videos. Well, that's only on the Wednesday ones. I have the in Leo. Yeah, but basically, I always promote this one because you earn crypto. Basically, my upvote is like so. For example, if you post it on in Leo, just my upvote, you'll earn like 20 cents.
Huh.
So for example, but yeah, so and you can also post normal post and so on. And what I do is I put all my crypto that I earn from it. I just go and buy Bitcoin or the HPD, and it's like stake and earn crypto on it. So basically, this is like trying to use this as a full-time revenue in the future.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like for example, if you like gold as well, right? Yeah. But the thing is, you could also post on here, take your earnings and buy gold. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's several other crypto projects, or they're also like for example, like you heard of Digibyte or Dash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dash.
I used to own some Digibyte.
Yeah. So Digibyte literally joined Hive, like I think last week. So then they just start posting it just like X. So for example, I'll go Digibyte. Digibyte. How do you spell Digibyte? I think I'll just go in my Peaked. So they also post on it like as if they were to X, and they started posting here Digibyte. Let's go to see Digibyte. So they literally joined. Yeah, there's Digibyte coin. They joined when they joined a few days ago, And then look, the overview they posted 3 days ago. This made $87, so they made 40. Author gets half, so they made $40 USD. But the thing is, they're finally posting on an actual blockchain as opposed to just Twitter. So now DigiByte joined last week, and so on. So they were able to onboard. Now they're posting on Hive. So Hive is kind of like a my view is eventually, if the more and more people use it, it will be like a Facebook. But like, yeah, and it already has its own social credits set up there too. So like, the DigiByte's ranking is 62. Mine's higher. Mine's 72. So I have 72. I have a higher social credit score than than DigiByte. So for example, this one here, I put all the notes here because it's the only place in the internet that I'm not worried about it getting deleted. It's the only place yeah, it's like so this one here, and this is $8. Author gets half, so I made $4 just by posting my notes here. $4 USD, yeah, so $4 USD. And the thing is, it doesn't. There's no like, there's no extra effort. Like I would be doing this anyways, but now I have a way I can do it with. It's on a blockchain, and it's never going to change. Because I actually had an issue before where all my Pizzagate videos, I used to do videos on Pizzagate on YouTube, all of them got deleted. And then, but all the notes are still on the blockchain because I put all the notes on the blockchain. So YouTube deleted all my videos, but luckily all the things on the blockchain. So everything is just deleted and so on. My channel is almost going to get deleted, like literally one strike away. And then I luckily survived that. And then again, but then I have the playlist right here. And they also have
send you a couple things regarding the blockchain technology and how it corresponds with the biodigital convergence, so you can just know, and what you do with that information is up to you. I can't really talk on it too much because that section of it, I don't quite understand it fully, but non-vaxxer, he knows it very well, and he's for that reason he's very much against crypto in general. But I'll just send you, and you can do it on your own. You can check it out on your own time.
But like one thing is I looked at crypto a whole lot. I have a few videos I've done on it. One thing people need to like differentiate is like the mainstream crypto that people are going to be like mainly using, and the actual freedom ones, like similar to internet right now. Most people don't go on. Most people don't actually go on like any truth channels or whatnot. They go on CNN, Fox News, and so on. Even on the internet. And then it's the same. It's going to be the same thing with crypto. Most people are going to be they're going to use a centralized, tracked, and like traced, and that you need KYC to use. That's going to be the mainstream. But then there's going to be an alternative, like a Hive one, for example, where where you can actually use it without anything. Oh, this is way back. Okay, I'm gonna go. So you put it right here inside the Telegram.
Yeah, I just need the link. You can play it now if you want to.
Oh, where did you? Okay, this one you sent a bunch. You sent on Rumble. Okay. Oh, so yeah, so Solana, for example, so Solana is a venture backed one. So Solana is literally just the obvious the mainstream PSYOP one. But it's like, what I'm trying to say is like there needs to be a differential way. Because for example, Rumble is no different from Solana. So even if non-vaxxers posting on Rumble, it's like, well, you're feeding the same thing.
Here's the thing. They own the electricity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from the top down, it's already under a control system. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree. But what I'm trying to say is like everything you got to be able to like not focus like or not blame one thing as if it's separate from anything else. So and also like the best of worlds. Like for example, on Hive, you also post on 3Speak. Have you ever heard of that? It's like a decentralized storage, but then the metadata gets saved on. Anyways, I'll play this video. Actually, I need to give something to my brother. I'll be back 1 second.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So basically, everyone, you're all connected to the cloud, and everybody is connected to the cloud. It's a DoD directive 3009. You can look it up. It was mandated for cybersecurity by Congress in the mid-90s. So you're all hooked to the cloud. Everybody is. So nobody's getting out of this. And like he said earlier, the only way through it is through it. Just try to get yourself in a place where, my dream is to have a chicken farm. So I can get as off-grid as possible, have some free food while I'm at it.
Well, in Canada, here, one of the rallies I was at last week was to protesting the BC government where I am at. They want to register. They want like farmers to register everything, even if you have like a few chickens in your backyard.
Yeah.
They want you to actually register the chicken. Like what?
Yeah, I heard about that. That's horrible.
So this is what I mean. It's like it's gonna go there, but also like when people say like crypto is bad, etc. But in a way, I don't like that because a lot of money could be made. Like if someone just told me, yeah, Bitcoin, just buy it and don't worry about it. Yeah, a lot of money could be made because the world's going to it. And it's like, well, well, at the end of the day, that's pretty good. And then you could use that for a lot of good as well. Oh, and also Laura says disconnect and reconnect the headphones. You want to try that? To see if it works.
Sure.
Yeah, because I think they can hear it as well. Yeah, Dr. Bass, how do you do it without money? Who's talking? Tokenized bio community, same nodes. You plug it back.
Is it in now? Working?
I hope. Testing. I can still hear myself. I have no idea what's happening. We're in a matrix. Okay, I think we had a first Odyssey message. Okay, there's that thingy. And speaking of Bitcoin and like early on, like have you heard Alex Jones say that one of the big Bitcoin early investors gave him a bunch of Bitcoin, and then Alex Jones says that he lost it in a boating accident or something, or in his laptop and he lost it, but it's worth like almost $1 billion. I think he was given I think see if I can find it. It's Alex Jones Bitcoin. How much did he? Oh no, this was before I posted before Telegram. Okay, I'm gonna play this video and then I'll look at that later. So this is the Helium network. Yes, Helium Solana blockchain, and I say they're building infrastructure to mine crypto from your body without you knowing. Interesting, because I have seen that patent, the one that mining crypto from your body. Let's play this.
Okay, so today we're going to bring you back to a...
which part? This is a 52-minute one. How much? This is non-Vaxxer 420 Epic. How much? I can't hear you. Okay, you're gone. Or we lost the... Must secure connected healthcare devices. Interoperably help protect the humans. Interesting. Okay. Created the shots. Okay, it's got a bunch of links. Protocol for Helium. Yeah, it's interesting. Helium. I did a. I think I did a cryptocurrency quiz and I earned like $5 worth of Helium. Anyways, I can't hear you. Yeah, so let me know when you're back in. I'll play some of this.
Clip from this IEEE webinar, Securing IoTs for Remote Subject Monitoring and Clinical Trials. And this was placed out on June 2024. And what they're going to be talking about, I'm going to play, it's a 13-minute long clip. I want you to listen very carefully. And then we're going to get into how they're building that system. So it's going to be a 13-minute clip talking about the Helium network, which the Helium network is being used for remote subject patient monitoring, okay? The way they're building the infrastructure for the Helium network is they're convincing influencers to make money to promote the Helium network as a crypto mining service. And that's what I'm going to walk you through today. I'm going to put this video out today. I hope it clears some things up about how people are actually building these networks and being paid to build these networks through the form of cryptocurrency. And I'm hoping Sabrina Wallace is going to do a follow-up on this video explaining the actual networking behind it, because I know we've been talking on the back end and she understands it. I think she's kind of waiting on me to do this part first to show how they're building these networks out through the cryptocurrency. So let's go listen to this 13-minute clip, and then we're gonna go on and show you how they're paying influencers to promote referrals to build feeder grids to build this network out. And this is literally your digital enslavement. And
okay, it's pretty interesting. Well, can you? Is your microphone working now? Let's check. No, it's still you're still muted. So what I want to do is just because it's 52 minutes, what you can also use is you can actually use their biodigital tech, and oh, this is the I'm gonna go right here. Summarize in bullet points how the Helium network is developing remote. Where's the Rumble? I'm gonna close. This is Odyssey. BitChute is closed. This is the Helium remote subject monitoring. Okay, there it is. Remote subject monitoring and how they are paying influencers to promote it. Okay, let's see this. Let's see what you messaged here. I might have to rejoin the call. Okay, yeah, you can try to rejoin. It's all right. Okay, so the Helium network. Okay, so Helium network, decentralized wireless infrastructure. Oh yeah, the whole for Internet of Things in mobile connectivity, supports remote subject monitoring through its IoT network and its expanding reach with influencer marketing. Below is a summary of how Helium is developing remote subject monitoring and its approach to paying influencers for promotion based on available information. Decentralized IoT connectivity, Helium's network uses LoRaWAN technology to provide low-cost, long-range, and low-power connectivity for Internet of Things devices, enabling remote monitoring applications like health and environmental sensors. Holy. And connected health by deploying devices that transmit critical health information, extending care to remote areas. Yeah, so basically using mobile hotspots. But then again, that's where crypto comes in. Okay, admit. Okay, sorry, forgot to admit. There it is. You should be good. Okay, I admitted you. Yeah, you're in now.
Yeah.
Testing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm saying testing to see if the echo's there. Okay, echo's gone. Echo's gone, but also someone in Rumble said that it's slight delay. It's very low. It's fine. It sounds excellent. All right, it should be fine. So here's what I did. I just because it's 52 minutes long, this video, and what I did was I asked because I actually did a Helium network quiz for I think Coinbase back like years ago, and earned like $5 just doing the quiz. This one here just tells you it's basically it's remote subject monitoring. It's using like mobile hotspots again, powered where crypto is like an incentive layer. What people have to realize what crypto is, what money is. It's an incentive to do things. Scalable infrastructure. Okay, 990,000 Internet of Things hotspots globally. Helium's network supports a growing number of devices, estimated 300,000 active objects. Yeah, including smart waste management.
What you have to realize is he's talking about all the objects and all the, it says mobile hotspots.
Yeah.
That's your body. Okay, they've been spraying us with nano sensors and biosensors, and they use our own blood and tissue as sensors, our cells as sensors. You have an electromagnetic field as a human, right? So they don't say that because they don't really want you to talk about it. But when you start getting into the papers, this is what they're talking about.
Okay, yeah, that part I need to like actually see that a bit clearly. Yeah, so you're actually saying that they're sensing people without any actual like them knowing that they have any sensors on them.
Of course, yes, and they call them wearable devices. No, they're inside of you, and it's the stuff that they're spraying in the sky. It's the stuff you're eating.
Is there?
I mean, we're under attack right now. People don't realize we're in World War III.
Yeah, I do feel that we are in World War III. Is there a specific like where does he mention the specific part where people are actually being like sprayed with nanotech? I just want to see, and is there a way to check? That's what. Is there a way for us to double check if we're actually has this or?
Yes, it's if you go inside of that non-Vaxxer Rumble channel.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me search one out real quick.
Yeah, because someone was saying that I'm not sure if you heard of Richard Hall during the COVID one when people were saying that they give off Bluetooth frequencies.
Here we go.
Have you heard about the one where they're saying the Vax gave off Bluetooth frequencies?
Yeah, the MAC addresses.
Yeah, but so Richard Hall tried that. He put it. He made like an isolated chamber, and then he says he wasn't able to detect anything. So I just want to know.
I think a lot of that was when it talks about the Bluetooth MAC addresses and stuff, I'm not sure how much of that was a operation in itself.
Yeah.
But here, hold on one second.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, yeah, because it's. I've seen a lot of these claims and so on. Well, I haven't actually. Well, I've heard about the Bluetooth one. I haven't heard about the other ones, like actual.
Here we go.
Thing. Okay, because if there's something connecting.
Check these out.
Okay.
This talks about the biosensors, and these are IEEE papers talking about biosensors, the IEC,
DNA-based nano network.
bioelectronics engineering.
Okay. Bio nano
They use what's called DNA resonant frequency. Everybody has their own frequency that is part of their DNA code, and this is how they can target one person in a room without hitting anyone else. I mean, you hear about like targeted individuals and such like that. This is that technology essentially, except they've upgraded. You know, they've been doing this, been targeting people since the 1960s, as far as I'm aware. So,
okay. It's explain DNA resonant. I just want to see what the mainstream grok says. Explain DNA resonant frequencies.
1 second.
And how it can be tracked. How it can be, and how. Without their knowing. Okay, so I'm asking Grossi, explain DNA resonant frequencies and how people can be tracked without their knowing. Let's see what this says here. This is very interesting, because there is a use in tracking that is a mix of speculative science, controversial claims, and limited empirical. Lots of things. I need to see something. What are DNA resonant refer to the hypothetical vibrational? Lots of things. Is it hypothetical though? Wave genome hypothesis. Some researchers like Peter claim DNA can be influenced by acoustic ones. So the public one, they're probably putting it on the speculative side, but I definitely think this is possible. I do have a tracking visual of DNA, largely speculative, often conspiracy theories. Let's go. Okay, unique DNA signature. So I think a lot of this, if there's a way to like actually test out if I can on my own body, for example. The current standard for biodigital convergence human augmentation but these are searching. Is there specific risk management, i.e.
Yeah, if you bring up those search pages, it's like, you know what I mean? It gives you
yeah, but also need to like dive into the articles, because sometimes a lot of papers make big headlines, but then like, what are they actually doing? Risk management development international. I want to see, this is on Brave. So you use Brave. I use pre-search because it earns crypto. Okay, biosensors. I do want to see biomimetics. Which one is the that you've seen that was like the most convincing? DNA-based nano networks. I do want to see this one here. I think I opened that up earlier. Okay, I think this was it, and. So this is a grok AI. Basically everything's got AI infused, DNA-based nano networks, realizing Internet of Nano things, graphene related. I'm gonna ask this right here. Okay, I'm gonna say emerging biology, nanotechnology. What's technically possible? Yeah, because a lot of this is like next level stuff going on here. Summarize this paper in bullet points. And then I want to go back to the notes to see what else I had here. And also want to discuss about my sister-in-law's mom's patient. Bullet points. So I use a grok, but also try to feed in Leo. Refers to field of study, Internet of Bio-Nano things, emerging research combining nanotechnology, biotechnology, and information and communication technologies to integrate biological and nanoscale systems with Internet. IOBNT enables advanced applications of biomedical, environmental sensing, and so on, core technology. DNA-based nano networks. This seminar highlights DNA-based nano networks, which leverages DNA's molecular properties, self-assembly, and programmability to create communication networks at the nanoscale, facilitating data exchange among nano devices. Health monitoring. Okay. Disease control. My goodness, everyone's gonna have to have this injected into them. Limited detail. Abstract is brief, lacks scientific, technical details about it. Yeah, the thing is, what do they actually do in here? All right. No, this is all fascinating stuff. Because like I'm really interested in how can we tested on ourselves what is in there, because they're definitely spraying us with something.
You're not going to be able to because you don't have access. It's a hierarchical system. It's secured, it's secured by the DoD essentially. So there's a level of security that keeps you from being able to sniff your own packets, which is basically what you're saying. You're not able to. That's unfortunately, you don't have the security clearance for it. I don't. You don't. You know.
Yeah, but is there a way to like know that at least something's being transmitted? Like not necessarily having to actually know what the information is. Just like it's kind of like a litmus test, kind of see if you put something in, if it changes color, meaning it's actually being transmitted, or I'm just.
You could get yourself a trimeter. I wouldn't be able to tell you. All I can tell you is, according to their paperwork, this is already an active system, and it has been for a long time. So
no, I definitely think they're doing next level stuff on the human population, especially after COVID. After COVID, I don't know how anybody could say that they're not doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be injected with it. Like I said, it goes off your DNA. So.
Yeah, there's also the vaccine tomatoes. There's also there was even the public one. They're saying tomato-made edible vaccine neutralizing immunoglobulins in the blood serum of mice. It's like, what? This is a COVID. Eat a tomato. All right, let's go. Well. But apparently, I was told that Dr. Andrew Kaufman said that if you were forced to take a vaccine, get the edible kind, because your body's digestive system has a lot more defenses than the just straight to the bloodstream.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can eat tomatoes, get the vax in there. Okay, I'm gonna close these stuff because there's a lot of stuff. I just want to get back into. Okay, this was notes right here. Okay, not responding today since long. Okay, interesting. The Ask Leo bot is down. Yeah, but again, I will say put on the Hive blockchain, because the alternative is put it on the mainstream, but then anything could get deleted. For example, even archive.org. Archive.org. Yeah. So that's centralized, but it's also getting sued by archive.org. I think they're sued by $100 million. Million.
What are they getting sued for?
Well, because they're hosting content. Anyone could post anything, right? They're getting $621 million legal battle by record labels, I think, for posting videos and so on. Legal battle inside the 621 million. Major record labels have sued it for hosting old recordings and so on.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna go to court, and it's basically gonna be determined that now, if you want to get access to the archives, you have to pay.
And do KYC maybe, yeah, and then you gotta send the money to them. Yeah. So that's the thing about
That's how you set a legal precedent. If you want something done, you run some kind of operation like that, and now everything's locked down.
No, definitely. But again, that's why I always promote Hive. Because, for example, when Hive was created, it was sued by Hive blockchain company. So let's say Hive blockchain, well, not sued, Hive blockchain cease and desist. They filed filed a cease and desist letter, letter. So when Steam was forked into Hive, so Hive blockchain requests cease and desist letter for new Steam community hard fork using same name, and this is March 2020. Okay, but the thing is, it doesn't. And again, this is interesting. It's Vancouver as well, the Hive blockchain company. So they filed a cease and desist letter, but there's no one to send it to. So there's no actual central company that runs Hive. So it's kind of like saying, I'm gonna sue Satoshi Nakamoto. It's like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, but this is the thing, is there's not even a Satoshi. That's the thing with the Hive. There's not even one. And again, it's decentralized, but there's obviously some sort of underlying mechanism, whatever. But
it's some kind of military operation. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
the thing is, anyone could create it, is what I'm trying to say. You can go create the Hive blockchain. You can fork it and so on. But in terms of like best out there, but the thing is, I'm putting Hive as probably the most censorship resistant platform in the world. Like there's nothing, it's safer than putting on your own server, because anything can happen. Your own server, your own website could be banned and so on. You go get a domain name that can be might be removed, and so on. And if you put on archive.org, that might not be on there if you violate their terms and conditions. This one, there is no terms and conditions. You just post it there. Right. And the other thing I want to emphasize is like, for example, if I go to let's say if I go to my account, Peaked MES, This is my other account. This is my other account. Just to illustrate it, so this is on. So this peaked. All it is doing is accessing the Hive blockchain. But the thing is, if let's say this website starts censoring or it gets shut down, I can just literally go and shift it to another website that uses a Hive blockchain. So, for example, I'm just gonna go right here. I'm gonna close up stuff because it's hard. I can't even see my browser thingy. So if I go right here and then change it into hive.blog, I can access my exact website, an exact thing from another website. So basically, this is like a template, I think, where so I just shifted to another website, hive.blog, and it's still my content. So imagine your content, it's there forever, and also you can build communities as well. And it doesn't matter if this website gets shut down, I'll just use another website. Or if you don't like this, I create my own one. Or if you want to censor like some topics, I'll censor all mainstream. For example, I can do one that only has conspiracy stuff, only has math stuff.
Right.
So there's another one, STEM Geeks. So I think let's see if it's running again. It wasn't running before, but it should be running now. STEM Geeks.
Yeah, I can see how that. I could definitely see how that's useful for
yeah.
sure.
So this one is STEM Geeks. This one, this is on Hive blockchain. But what it does is it censors everything that's not science related. So this is just science math. So it only puts those tags in.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you can make one.
Cool.
So for example, let's say you want to make one for kids only. So you make one only for kids. And things.
Oh yeah.
So you can make it yourself. So what I'm trying to say is there's no the alternative is posting on Facebook or whatever, and then that has ads and so on and a bunch of nonsense. This one, it's there, and there's no one can remove your stuff. And you can also create communities. So I have several communities. I have a conspiracy one, 9/11 one, science one. So this one, I posted on this one, a conspiracy one here. And there's 50 people in here. Anyone can post on here, and then right now it's mainly just me. But I always tell people in there. But then if anyone posts there, I'll upvote, and they get at least like 50 cents USD. Just for my upvote.
Does it have like a big user base? Like, do people know about it, or?
It's my view is Hive is it's like the hidden gem in all of crypto. In terms of like using, a lot of people use it actually. Like Blocktivity. If you go to Blocktivity, there's more transactions than actually Bitcoin. So okay, no, I think they removed Hive in there. Okay, no, why is this website is just so bad? It used to, okay, Hive is the transactions. It's on par with Bitcoin or more, but I don't know why it's not showing on here. Because it's okay. This website is just trash. But yeah, this website usually has it above there. It's in the top 10 in transactions per day. But there is a decent user base. For example, you could check SimilarWeb. I'm not sure if you can see my screen. SimilarWeb. This is 400,000 on this one website alone. But again, you could see the trending as well. You'll see a lot of people randomly. And it's one of the only crypto ones that has normal people using it. Like posting just anything. Just like you can go to any. There's also, for example, let's go to snaps on here, and you can see anyone posting. So have you ever seen a crypto thingy where actually like normal people posting? It's like this is someone eating dinner or just whatever.
Oh yeah.
And again, it's on a blockchain, and so on. Well, the metadata and the text is the photos themselves are hosted on IPFS or other mechanisms, but eventually those will be on the blockchain as well. I'm actually part of a startup project that's putting text that puts images on the blockchain as pixels, so you can actually store entire pixels on the blockchain. Yeah. So anyways, so that's that part. But I do recommend it, especially the in Leo setup here. Whoops, not the in Leo. Where you can post and earn crypto. I hate it's Instagram, and I so you can post like it's X, and you also earn Leo as well. It's a secondary token on Hive, and so on. So what I mean is it actually has actual user stuff there, and you earn crypto. The data is yours. Nobody can touch your thing. Again, if the FBI goes and steals your account, yeah, that's FBI does it. They could do that with legacy accounts. Let's say Twitter. They can just go ask Twitter, hey, we want this account. Twitter will give it.
Yeah.
With yours,
I get that.
Yeah,
for sure.
With yours, they'll need to do some shady stuff, and then if you can document that, take it to court, and it's,
right.
The courts will be like, hey, you actually did tinker with this access to this account, then the FBI is liable. Where with a blockchain, it's transparent, so that if you have enough publicity, even on your own channel, be like, well, the judges can't just dismiss actual evidence that's in your face. Be like, well, FBI, access your computer on this day, written on the blockchain. So you are. So that's kind of what I mean. It's like a full. It's like you gotta foolproof.
Yeah, I can see its usefulness, but I just don't. I feel like it's, you know, our system is breaking down to a point where they're just blatantly committing crimes at the judicial level. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my faith in that is gone. You know.
No, I understand, but again, like my faith in X and all that, which is like it was never there. Like my X account, I was actually doing advertising on 9/11, like advertising 9/11 stuff, like 8 years in 2018, and my advertising account was banned. So it's like, and it's still banned. Whereas on Hive, I can go right here on Peaked and do actually promote it as well. So what I'm trying to say is like, and on YouTube, for example, every single one of my conspiratorial like YouTube ones, 9/11 ones, they're all put in a limited state. So it's automatically you're not on a level playing field. Whereas on Hive, for a month, I was the highest viewed article on Hive for my 9/11 post for a month. It was the highest viewed one. Wow. Yeah, it was because again the censorship stuff hasn't really arrived yet on Hive. So I'm like. So let's say Hive, I think I had 9/11. I think way back. I think I had the record for a month of... but anyways, I'll do that later. It's one of those... It's similar to where like all the links you sent and so on. Like let's say Telegram might censor. So like on Telegram right now, some posts can't be viewed on phones downloaded from the Android App Store. Have you heard about that or no? So like some posts... They like, for example, I'm using the web version on Telegram, but on your phone, if it was downloaded from the Google Play Store, there's some posts you can't actually see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you have to actually download it from the Telegram website.
Yeah. Right now on my computer, I could see it. On my phone, I can't. So some of the posts people share on my own like channel, on my own group. So again, that's kind of what I mean by like. If you put it on the blockchain and it's like, well, it's there, and if they censor Peak, for example, I'll just shift it to another one, and another site.
Oh yeah, that's definitely useful for sure.
Yeah, but again, I use it as this is I want to put my notes there, and I don't want anyone touching anything because I had YouTube actually removed my channel for like a few months before I did anything conspiracy. It just they removed it randomly for no reason.
Yeah.
They said that one of the headline was like too flashy or something. Anyways, and then that's ever since I wanted to figure out a way to put my notes without anything touching it, and even just basically even stuff, math stuff, and so on. Like I put all my notes there. For example, I'll show you this notes right here. I've been doing this for years. So just the math stuff here. Like I don't want I don't want to post anything that gets removed that I don't want removed ever. Right. So this is these are just my math stuff. I don't care if it's math, conspiracy stuff. I want my content there forever, and so on. So that's that part. Okay, I just want to go back to the notes and see what else we had in the store. And yeah, we've been an hour and a half, and we another level. We went to another level, and I want to go over. So we had some more stuff here. I actually did a deep dive on artificial intelligence with Andrew Johnson and another guy, but another one, robots. This was a meme I saw here, and I think the first Biodigital Convergence paper. Okay, this one here, this is an interesting thing. I think this meme is pretty truthful. It's like a lot of people think robots are gonna be like humans. I think it's gonna be like, robots gonna become human, humans become robotic.
Exactly, it's gonna be a cyborg type situation. It's yeah.
And what's interesting is like
they're making you less biological.
Yeah, and in my neighborhood right here, my neighbor or like one of the neighbors, the kid goes to the school. Using the Segway, like the ones, or just that one, or not a Segway, just that one unicycle thingy. That's like it just stands there and it just goes by itself.
Like a little scooter. Oh, you're talking about the one you stand on.
Yeah, and it's just one wheel, the one wheel gyro wheel thingy. I'm like, my goodness, and he's going so fast. I'm like, my goodness, and he's not wearing a helmet. I'm
Jesus.
I'm like, we're in a Matrix right now, and it's the kid. He's like 10 years old. I'm like, what is going on here?
He's like,
yeah. I'm like, what?
Little kid.
And he's just all. Like, and the other one, he's using his phone as well. It's like on while going. I'm like,
no.
yeah, like where am I? But I'm like, man, I was jealous. Though. I'm like, how does he get in so fast? Okay, yeah, yeah. So this one, this is the Policy Horizons Canada. I'm pretty sure you've seen this.
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, because
that's a very important document right there.
And that's what we use for the thumbnail. This is one of the first ones I've read, and this was during COVID. This was one month exactly before COVID was declared a pandemic. This was
really?
So this is February 11th.
I didn't realize that was the date of that.
Yeah, so February 11th, 2020, 1 month before COVID declared a pandemic, and then they published Biodigital Convergence paper, and you can see the date is on this. It's on the top here.
It's in the URL.
Yeah, it's in the URL. It says 20. Because I was looking, they don't put the date anywhere else. It's 2020, February 11th.
Sneaky.
Yeah, they don't put it anywhere else. So that was interesting. I was like, what? Because I wanted to get a proper screenshot, but I'm like, that's the only place. Yeah, so this was the Biodigital Convergence. I'm gonna ask this summarize this. Yeah. So, and I think they were talking about this 3 ways. Biodigital convergence, emerging full physical integration of biological and digital entities, convolution of biological and digital and technologies, conceptual convergence of biological digital systems. I don't know. Yeah, that's wild stuff there. And then the other one, going further, I just want to go through these notes, and then I want to talk about my sister-in-law's mom's patient. But here,
sure.
This one's a Microsoft patent. I'm sure you've seen this. This was March 26th, 11 days after. Actually, was it 11 days? Oh no, 15 days, my bad. It's 15 days, 11 days.
2020 06 06 06. Yeah, I remember that patent.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was 15 days after. So March 11th, 2020 is when COVID was declared a pandemic. And then this was the Microsoft patent on mining cryptocurrency with body activity, and the patent number is 60606.
666, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is Mark of the Beast microchips for where this was it here. Oh yeah, this one, and this is I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but this is like mainstream. No, some are saying it's a parody. Okay, apparently some people say there's a parody, but I'm not sure if it's a parody. We'll see this word here. But this is real though. This is like.
I put a microchip in my arm, and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character, and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part,
imagine that it's free.
Yeah, and you get a hot dog with it too. You get ice cream with it.
The donut, yeah, of course. Yeah. Anytime they give you something free, you know that there's a problem.
Yeah, and Sweden, I think, it's like a lot of people are just on Sweden. They already have the microchips in Sweden. Just do that casually.
Oh wow!
And what's interesting is I think like 6 years ago, my normie cousin, he's like older guy. He literally told me, he's like, in the future, we're going to have microchips in our brains, and it's going to be so amazing. I'm like, my goodness. My goodness, man. I don't know, what Kool-Aid are you drinking?
Oh, my God. You know, I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, and I used to be a hacker. So I know how easy it is to hack into a system. Now, I haven't done that kind of stuff in a long time, and the systems have changed in certain ways where the stuff I used to know is no longer relevant. But imagine that kind of thing like in a human body, you know what I mean? And it's being developed by a group of people who are 30 to 60 years ahead of us in technology, and we don't even know what some of that stuff is. And we're just trusting them to put this stuff in us or rain it down upon us, put it in our food, and it'll be okay. They would never do that. You know, the cognitive dissonance of people is, you know, it drives me crazy to a point where I've become extremely antisocial lately. Like I almost can't even like talk to anybody anymore. And actually this show is the first one I've ever gone on regarding the biodigital convergence, because I know you're a math person, and I know there's a lot of stuff in the biodigital convergence where I don't understand the algorithms and the math equations, but I think someone like you would. And that's the reason why I wanted to come on here, is because, and you'll see, like, I'll send you more and more stuff, and as you look through it, you'll start to be able to make more sense out of it in ways that I wouldn't be able to, and maybe you could do more on it later, you know. But yeah, I don't even talk to people much anymore, because people are just in this fantasy world where they think everything is okay, and you know, everything's going to be fine, and the government is not doing anything against us, and we're free. We live in a free country, and that's just, none of that is true. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
and
definitely.
I have to, when I go to a grocery store, I'm the asshole standing in the aisle reading the back of the label, because I don't trust my government. I don't trust the FDA. I read the back of it and I see all these chemicals. I'm like, this is not food. You know what I mean? Like, that alone should send up some red flags for people, but they just, I don't know what they're doing, but they're just, you know, sleepwalking their way through life. And I literally cannot relate to people anymore.
Yeah, I understand that part. It's very, very, very hard. It's especially again, especially during the COVID one, and just hearing just the small talk with the in my soccer team, for example, they're literally like, one guy's like saying that he had a bad reaction to his like third dose of the vaccine, and then other guys like, oh yeah, me too. I'm like, what the hell? Why are you guys still taking this garbage?
My God, dude. Yeah, I'm going back with my fourth. Hopefully that one won't be as bad. It's like, Jesus, stop doing this to yourself.
Yeah, because I was like a manager, right? So they would have messaged me if they can't make it to the game or practice, and it'd be like, oh, I had a bad reaction to the vax, I can't make it. I'm like, you already had a bad reaction 6 months ago.
Jesus, man.
No, again, yeah, but in my view is like, it is pretty next level, but it's also, I kind of view life as like a parody. So it's like...
Yeah, I mean, you gotta laugh to keep from throwing up on yourself.
Yeah, and another part, I just want to mute this. These things keep popping up. I'm gonna mute site. Yeah.
Telegram.
Yeah, so I was gonna have it open here. Yeah, because I also, you know, I think what helped me a lot is actually what's interesting is, so my older brother is actually he's actually mentally disabled, so it's like, yeah, I've always had to kind of like interact with basically I'm like his caretaker. I've always had to interact with like Clown World, so it's like. It's like, oh, it's like he's drawing on himself again. No, it's all right. So it's kind of like COVID. Oh, they're injecting yourself 4 times. Oh, hey. So it's kind of like I have like natural ability to like years and years of practice of handling like this absolute mayhem. All right, yeah. So, and speaking about the government part here, I posted this on my Telegram. So when you said the government is not doing anything bad to us, so have you seen this part here? This is on. And this is even from New York Times. Like, this is from 1977. So I wrote, the government would never harm its own citizens. Also, government MK Ultra secret mind control projects for decades over hundreds of projects and institutions. So this is from like a mainstream source. It's like New York Times, 1977. This one, the director, yes, Stanfield Turner, the director of Central Intelligence Agency, testified the CIA had secretly or supported human behavior control research at 80 institutions, including 44 colleges and or universities, as well as hospitals, prisons, and pharmaceutical companies. He told a joint hearing of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and the Senate Health Subcommittee that recently discovered financial records indicate that during the most intense period of the project, codenamed MK Ultra, the agency had supported 185 non-governmental researchers in 149 separate research projects. He said the main action years of MK Ultra were 1953 to 1963. The project, he said, had included tests of LSD and a K or knockout drop. So imagine the amount of paperwork and bureaucracy and infrastructure to have literally 149 research projects, 80 institutions, hospitals, prisons, and it's like, well, and then it's like, what, they just suddenly stopped?
No, yeah, see, that's the thing. You show people stuff like this, and they're like, well, but that was a long time ago. You know, they don't do it anymore. It's like, it's so much worse than that now.
I'm like, yeah, and then there's COVID injected, like billions of people getting injected. Like, what more do you need? And then if you speak out, you're gonna
imagine
get, like,
the stuff we don't know. Imagine the stuff they haven't told us.
That's what I mean. And like, this is a public thing here. and that's kind of where I think they put. I think they kind of put like the Claus Schwab to see like if people will like pick up on it, because it's like they put little. They're like, we're gonna put a literal Bond villain.
Yeah.
Like a literal Bond villain. And then he also wears a robe too. I think I put that right
Yeah,
here.
he's got that vest thing. It looks like a Power Ranger.
Yeah. So robe. I think I had it right here. Claus Schwab. Yeah, he's like he's one of my favorite villains. He reminds me of Trump. It's like him and Trump are like the guys that you love to hate. It's like it's kind of like
Right.
when you watch.
Well, I think that he's the final boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the last battle that they're gonna put out is gonna be Trump versus that guy. You know?
Oh yeah. So this was Claus Schwab, and he also has a Pokemon legendary
fucking outfit, dude. He looks like Sub-Zero.
Yeah. And so what I did, what's interesting though is I'm not sure if you ever looked into the Baha'i. Have you ever heard of the Baha'i? It's pretty much like a New World Order religion. And
no, I've not heard that.
This was Bill Cooper spoke about it, but I actually covered it before I knew he spoke about it. So this is Claus Schwab with a 9-pointed star, which is a common shape in the new Baha'i religion. And Baha'i religion, their founder, like 100 years ago, was like one of the first people to ever mention New World Order.
Oh.
And then he said that the religion's motive was that he said he got a vision saying that all religions are the same, like they're all different rays of the same source, and that the goal is and that the final a final end goal is like we need to make a world currency, world government, world language. I'm like, what the? And it's like, is it the Baha'i one? And they're it was like in Iran, and now they're headquartered in Israel. But anyways, so this is a robe he has, but he has a 9-pointed star if you count that up. So 9-pointed star is like it's an unofficial symbol of the Baha'i faith. And what I just realized, what I found out recently, so I have a whole bunch of stuff on Baha'i here on Baha'i, and if you see their YouTube channel and so on, it's like all promoting like climate change and all this mumbo jumbo. Okay, so Baha'i. And also where I live in Richmond, we're literally next to my house. There was a Baha'i tent, and they're saying it's a one world government. They were literally promoting one world religion. Like they're saying all the world is one religion. I just want to continue. But what's interesting is like Stephen Greer, the alien guy.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Stephen Greer? Oh, why is it not Greer? Okay, I gotta close this and show it here. 1 second. So Greer was married at a Baha'i World Center in Israel. So this is
makes sense.
Stephen Greer. Was married at Saturday Baha'i World Center. So he's a part of the Baha'i. And
wow.
And what's interesting, have you ever heard about that Tesla 369 vortex math? Have you ever heard of vortex math? All right.
The 369 thing that Tesla used to talk about all the time?
Yeah, he's talking about 369, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a vortex math thing. I actually did a 10-hour video on vortex math.
Math is not really my thing. So.
But what's interesting is, so I did it because it was really, really interesting. But anyways, this guy that made vortex math, he was a Baha'i guy. So I'm like, but again, him, Stephen Greer, all promoting this new age aliens mumbo jumbo. But again, Stephen Greer being a part of the Baha'i is one of the most mind-boggling things.
Yeah, I mean, that guy is a total operation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, he also covers up 9/11 if you ever ask him about it.
Yeah.
And I think let's go Baha'i Greer, but I can talk on Greer for ages. But anyways, I'm gonna quickly ask Rock to summarize this and let me know how you're doing for time because I am good to go.
Yeah, I got about like 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So we can, and also, speaking about the math, yes, we'll go in 10 minutes or so. It's up to you because I can do as long as, I started cutting it down. Maximum as for me it's 3 hours now. I don't want to do over. Yeah. Because it just gets too much. So what I want to talk about is, about the math. I think a lot of the math is, it's like signal processing. So if you have a bunch of radio waves, how do you detect what signals, what radio waves were mixed into it? And there's a thing called Fourier analysis, which is one thing that I really liked back in the day. So Fourier analysis waves. Just to see the images. I think this is a lot of the math stuff is related to this setup here. It's like So see these two, see this wave over here?
Yeah.
So this would be, let's say this is an end result of the wave that you get from a signal transmission.
Yeah.
And then these waves, combine them together, forms this.
Okay.
And there's a mechanism of like Fourier analysis to simplify this. But anyways, the whole idea is like, you get a signal, how do you separate them? And also how do you get send, like, let's say you send signal, it's in these three waves, you combine them, and now you transmit this thing. So you transmit this, but this contains this information, and these are, let's say, these are your input, output, your ones and zeros, and so on, and then it gets sent. This gets transmitted, and then basically what you're doing is getting the waves back, and then this setup here with the Fourier is you can take these waves and then make them into this up or down, so you can have a 1 0 1 0.
Yeah.
So
see, I think this is the technology they're using. For this.
Yeah, that's
something
thing.
Like.
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah.
If you know like the history of Tesla and stuff, and how the person who got Tesla's research was actually like Trump's grandfather or dad or something like that.
His uncle's uncle, yeah, Trump's uncle, yeah.
His uncle, right. So I just find it very, not coincidental at all that he happens to be the president right now.
Yeah.
During a time where they're using Tesla technology as a weapon, in my opinion, against the people. You know what I mean? As a control system. And if you think about it, they took the human biofield out of the NIH books in like the early 1900s, but they put it back in 2015. And you got to ask yourself, why is that? It's because they didn't want you to think along those lines. They want to pump you full of petrochemicals, to further advance whatever their goals are. Keep you stupid, keep you sick. A lot of those chemicals contain a lot of like nanotechnologies and stuff like that. I mean, you start collecting the dots, and connecting the dots. You start to realize this has been a plan for a long time. I'm to a point where I'm like, the internet itself was an operation. You know what I mean? Like, because
obvious,
they had ARPANET in the 60s, and they decided at some point, for some reason, because they love us and they want us to have convenient things, okay, let's give this to the public. I don't buy that. You know what I mean? I'm starting to realize all this stuff we have, all this technology, this is a weapon. This is a gun we're pointing at our own heads.
No, definitely. Especially the internet is. It was literally made. It was made by the military, the Pentagon.
Yeah, DARPA.
Yeah, DARPA, and then also the World Wide Web, as we like the www the protocol.
CERN.
So that's CERN, literally CERN. And while they were developing a browser for their CERN project, whatever, and suddenly they make it, and CERN has that 666 in their logo. But also interesting about the DARPA, they have a podcast. They call it Voices from DARPA. That's the podcast name.
Really?
Yeah, that's podcast name. You can go darpa.mil. And again, I made a giant thread. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to see this. I made it's literally massive. A thread on alleged mass shooters hearing voices in their head. I made this 3 years ago. So this one, gunman said electronic brain attacks drove him to violence. This is 2013. This one right here, 2018, Ben Keith warehouse shooter says that police said he heard voices in his head since he was 15. Go right here.
Yeah.
This one right here, shooter said he heard voices of God and Satan on day of shooting. You got more right here. Heard menacing voices, talked about evil things. And then this one right here said he had voices in his head, told him his friends and family were going to be killed if he didn't shoot up the movie theater. You go here, Parkland shooter says he heard voices to tell him to shoot people. I can keep going on. So mocking voices. Other ones saying that he heard aliens and so on, talking to him. And again, and a lot of people, and then some of them say that like DARPA's doing it. And then if you go to DARPA, you go to listen to their podcast, Voices from DARPA. So
that's hilarious, actually.
Yeah. So this is an epic thread I made for those interested in this. Oh, I should put this in my MES Links thread. I'll put this here.
I have to check that podcast out. I bet it's boring as hell.
Yeah. Or it's probably like a way to see if anyone listens, they'll do some testing on it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's DARPA for you. Okay, I'm gonna send this there. And I think what else do we have in my notes here? So basically, Yeah, Mark of the Beast. AI. This was the papers I found from yours. This is AI and biological sciences paper, and yeah, AI is just it's just, I think another beast. Internet of Agents.
Yeah.
But I think that the key the key thing that holds everything together is crypto, because it's like yeah. So what's crypto is designed for is for robots to use as cryptocurrency, because you can automate. You can automate. So you can have robots interacting with each other. Now you have AI. So what people will do is make it literally, as Claus Schwab was saying, you can make a clone of yourself on the internet that transacts as if it's you. And then so if your job is to, let's say if you're a person that writes articles, you can create a clone of you that writes articles, and then it takes the payments, and then let's say wants to buy other stuff, or if you have an agent, or if you have, let's say if you want to book a hotel, let's say you want to go travel somewhere. Instead of you getting an actual like a secretary, or let's say a rich guy has a secretary, does this all for them, they'll just have the AI agents tell them, book me a place here, use this crypto wallet or this wallet that has access to stable coins, let's say, and then basically transacts for you, books a hotel, books a time slot, schedules meetings, everything, all that with AI agents. But they all need a crypto setup there. And even when you're saying they're mining, let's say if they're using your biofield and so on, they'll still need an incentive to earn crypto on that. So they're going to be needing some mechanism. And to give you an example, for example, Bitcoin mining right now, that all it is a bunch of computers running math calculations to mine crypto, and also to put the transactions into the blockchain. Like, guess how much computing that uses relative to Google, for example. I think it uses more than like all the big companies like combined. Let's say Bitcoin. I'm gonna go ask Grok right here. Grok's pretty advanced. Like the scale of advancement on these mainstream AI ones. So we can make a table of computing power per year for Bitcoin vs Google, Microsoft, and other big tech companies. So just to show you how much computing power they does. And this one, all it is doing is just mining some stuff here. So Bitcoin, make a table. Let's see, the Bitcoin network uses 126
terawatts.
Yeah, terawatts. This is energy consumption. That's 2023. They don't have any recent one. Google uses 24. So think about Google. Google's using for a lot of just a lot of different services, search, email, and email. What else? It also has YouTube. I think pretty much it runs YouTube as well, videos, and so on. Bitcoin, just to secure the network, it's using this much. So this is kind of where I'm saying if they can hack Bitcoin network, which I think they can, but the thing is, them hacking it, it's kind of like, well, now you're revealing to the world. You're revealing to the world something that is more advanced than the actual network itself. You're revealing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but I've also heard that there are parallel systems involved somewhere where there's like, you have Bitcoin, but then you have like some kind of mirror of Bitcoin where they can do stuff that can't be seen by the public or something. I don't have any evidence of that, but that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, I know that they have technology that I don't know about. You know what I mean? I don't count on them to tell me about it. And I also don't think that they've allowed me to have anything that I'm going to benefit off of that they can't fully take over, because, I mean, they call it full spectrum dominance themselves. You know what I mean? So full spectrum dominance means full spectrum dominance. So I just don't have, I'm skeptical. Now, it's not, I don't believe you. It's just that as much fuckery as I've seen, I'm a little jaded from all this.
No, definitely. I understand your view there, and that's why I think it is important also to have gold and so on. So also have a physical thing in your possession. But at the same time, this is where the world's heading as well. Even if it's controlled in some way, it's like it's kind of like you're balancing where you have. What I always tell people is, for crypto and so on, because I do think it's going to be like, it's still, I think we're still early. It's like, you don't want to put anything that you're willing to lose. Is what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's like going to a casino. Yeah.
In a way, but it's less risky than a casino, because this is where everything is going, is kind of what I'm saying. Like, for example, like Bitcoin alone, all it's doing is just keeping that number on your wallet the same. And what I mean by like if they're doing a parallel thing where they're not being seen, well, the rich people all so here is one aspect of the Bitcoin PSYOP which I think it's hard to argue against, that it is in terms of it being a PSYOP, is that the transactions on Bitcoin is slow and it costs like $5 and so on. So then let's say if you want to send $1, you can't do that anymore on Bitcoin. So you can't. So poor people can't use Bitcoin. So so what poor people will have to use is something called Lightning Network. So you know what Lightning Network is?
No.
It's like a layer 2, which is like different. So you'll have nodes or other people, or that run computers where they'll take your Bitcoin transactions, and they'll pool them all together with a whole bunch of other people, and then let's say they'll get 1,000 or 10,000 transactions, and then they'll put they'll put that as a hash or like put that as one transaction into the Bitcoin. Do you get it?
Okay.
So basically they combine your 10,000, put it in there. So now poor people, just the average person, will use Lightning Network because it's faster and it's cheaper.
Is that the same thing as tokenization?
But this is like an abstraction. But the thing is, they put it into the Bitcoin network. So your transaction will settle. But during that meantime, is that it's a central company, a central person doing that, and then those
it's like an escrow or something.
It's kind of like that, but the thing is, it's like a scaling mechanism because Bitcoin is just too slow. So what you'll do is, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of a way. It's kind of like a bank, but the thing is, these people they don't have to put your transactions in there. So eventually, once it gets big enough where governments will force them to KYC anyone sending transactions. So anyone that wants to interact with a Lightning Network, or for example Ethereum layer 2. Like Polygon, Polygon. So Polygon is a layer 2 on Bitcoin. I mean on Ethereum, because Ethereum fees are high as well. Because the more people use it, the higher the fees get. It just gets congested. That's what their mining setup. So what they'll do is basically what I'm trying to say is that those nodes that are writing Lightning, eventually they'll let's say they'll have KYC requirements. If the government forces them KYC requirements. So now if you want to go to the cheap method, you got to use KYC. But if you want to go to $5, $10, you got to actually spend some money. So in other words, the rich people will use Bitcoin base layer without any KYC, and they can transact, let's say they can transact $1 billion. They don't really care. But then the average person is going to be using these. And then it's going to be using Lightning Network, so that's going to be the more controlled setup. So more centralized. So I think that's the main PSYOP. But obviously they're going to have alternative tech. But it's one of those where if they have alternative tech where you still need to, like, you don't want to upset the apple cart, because this is still holding $2 trillion worth of money of rich people. Yeah, so it's still holding $2 trillion. It's similar with gold. Imagine gold, they tell everybody, hey, cold fusion exists. We can create gold. Every single person's gold devalues because it's like, well, So what I'm trying to say is it's like it's a Ponzi scheme that's being held up by everyone's lack of knowledge.
And their faith.
That's what I mean. But that's where money itself. So if there's one thing, I was gonna say I have a playlist, blockchain, because I view blockchain as like the most fundamental, like it's like the most like in your face view of how reality is, like how the world is controlled. And so I have a blockchain tutorials, but I made one right here. I was going to do a separate video. I just did it in a separate one here on a stream. Blockchain, the big picture, architecture of world control. But these two ones right here, I put a lot of time in this, an hour each. Big picture, what do you own? Part 2, tokenization. This was 4 years ago. And I think if you have ever a chance to watch those,
I'll check them out.
Because I put it in a high level, less math, and I did one before about the actual math behind cryptography. Right here, this was 7 years ago. The whole idea, it's kind of like cryptography is if you have like paint and you mix paint together, how do you know? But then you get a different color. But now it's like separate the paint. If you just mix two paints together, how do you separate them? It's not easy. And with crypto, that's pretty much what crypto is: private key, public key. Put them together, you get something that's impossible to find out, or almost impossible. But anyways, I'll send this one here, and I'll send this is yeah, parts 1 and 2 is I think one of the most important ones. It took me years to finally grasp what money is. You'll understand basically how people, everything's based on just belief of that they're going to get value. All right, I think we're doing good, but I do want to talk one more thing about.
Sure.
This right here, yeah. So my sister-in-law, yeah. So I wrote down what she told me. Yeah, so the mom takes care of a person that has camera sensors for his eyes because he can't move his body. So he has cerebral palsy. When he was born, the umbilical cord was tied around his neck. It caused his heart to slow down during labor, and his head needed to be resuscitated multiple times once he was born. It could have been a different outcome if the doctor intervened. So this is what she told me. Sooner and monitored his heart better. He uses eye gaze technology. So he uses eye tracking. And then this is another person with ALS, has Neuralink installed and doesn't need eye gaze technology anymore. This one, I just wanted to show these. So this one right here, it uses this, and it kind of like uses infrared too. If you spot it, if you look at it a spot long enough, it will detect that you were looking at it. And it uses to control the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is a Neuralink one that's set up for a different person. They put it into his brain. And so on. It's controlling. And again, like you said, this is the good part that they could use this tech for. And then
right.
And then we get everything else.
This is how they're going to sell it to us.
Yeah.
They're going to say it's for your health. We promise.
Yeah. And another part, you made a good point because if everyone has microchips in their head, and then hacking becomes a problem, right? Because anyone can hack into it. And that's where the blockchain, KYC, digital ID. So you need to track everything you do because we can't trust you because you can go and access access someone's brain from your computer.
Yeah. Well, the irony of it is it's no more like the bedroom hacker can hack into his neighbor, because here's the thing. You won't have access to that layer of security because you just won't have access to it according to your social credit score or whatever, right? So the people that will have access to that are at the top level, right? And what they do is they've sold the technology to access the lower class to corporations. Those corporations have compartmentalized little sections of that technology and sold it out to security firms or wherever. Those security firms, they got friends. Hey, I want to stalk my girlfriend. What do you got? You know what I'm saying? And they start passing it around to your friends. So the irony of that is you're not really wide open in a sense where you were back in the late 90s, early 2000s. You're at the mercy of the people at the top of the pyramid and their corruption, basically, and their willingness to sell your data, sell your DNA code to the highest bidder. You see what I mean? It's sick. It's sick. It's really disgusting.
Yeah, and I think even if they, let's say, if they start saying, hey, they're doing all this, and then the solution to that they'll give is, we'll just give all the control to AI.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Right. Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that's happening with this whole Trump setup here. I kind of think they're creating Trump as a modern day Hitler, so that this is what happens when a populist, if people are voting, this is what happens. You get this guy who's upsetting everything. So we need to have a mechanism in place to prevent this from.
Right. People just can't be trusted anymore. Let this machine do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because and then when I realized that, when it became crystallized, I had this thought before I mentioned it, but what it became like pretty much crystallized was during this election in Canada. So you heard about Trudeau resigning, Justin Trudeau resigning. Yeah. He resigned in shame. Everybody hated him. All of a sudden, Trump's doing the tariffs. Now Liberals win again, and they installed just a normal WEF Mark Carney. Like
wow.
Like this was Justin Trudeau's replacement because everybody hated him. So he stepped down, and they bring in this globalist, just the typical guy that was also seen hanging out with Ghislaine Maxwell years ago, and then he wins again. I'm like, what? Election in like a month, all because of Trump.
See, I don't think that the elections are elections. I think at least since 9/11 era, I think the elections have been selections, and maybe even further back than that. I think that the only thing that an election is used for is to manufacture consent to continue this terroristic system this system of control.
No, you're
Because
right.
in a way they have to. It's better to get your consent for something. Like if you consent to your slavery, what can you really say? You know what I mean? You can complain, but you consented. You went to the ballot box and you dropped a vote in there. You know what I mean? So it's not the way it's sold to the public. Nothing is. You know, we live in a world of inversion, and it's never been so clear to me.
No, that's one thing I was actually asking, because I couldn't tell, like, if the election in this case was that it was just like they just picked him, or that in Canada everyone's brainwashed, because it's very hard to tell. I'm trying to tell.
It's hard to tell.
It's very hard to tell.
It's hard because they hide everything behind algorithms.
Well,
we are now compartmentalized in the same way that militaries used to be compartmentalized. We're headed into what's called a zero trust system. There's going to be no wiggle room at all.
Yeah. That's where the blockchain comes in. Everyone just trusts it, and then just
exactly.
slip in your own thing. But back to the Canada brainwash. It's like, because in Canada, it's not like America. Which there is some polarization. Here, it's almost 99%. Everyone's a mainstream, like, just believe that everything. It's like it's like yeah. It is weird. It is weird. Especially because my boss, my friend's boss. I mean my brother's boss. He's like super anti-Trump. Like it's like one of those cartoonish that you see on like Twitter. Like those guys, yeah, he's kind of like one of those. It's really, really weird. So in Canada, it's like I'm like 50-50 on whether they just picked the Mark Carney to win. But remember, Canada's the one where they literally did the. So we did the protest during COVID. They're the one that shut down people's bank accounts when they were for the.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And that party still won. But the thing is, I remember vividly. There's a lot of like even people like that I knew. They thought that these protesters were like the stupidest people ever. I'm like, are you insane? These people are protesting for your own freedom. I'm like,
yeah.
So it's that's a part. It's like, in a way, I think elections. Obviously they're gonna. Obviously they'll make sure that someone's picked that they don't. That I think both sides are controlled, but I also think they use it as a mechanism to see how well the mind control is.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But definitely it's like because the reason I think they're both selected, but definitely you're right in that they already know who's gonna win. It's like WWE.
Right, or they'll just have like they'll pick a few and they're all from the same puddle of shit. You know, it's so it really doesn't matter who wins. You know.
No, you're right. It's like the Democrats. Like Biden was pro-vaccine, and then Trump, he's seemingly is a supporters of anti-vax. Except he's like the father of the vaccine. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, where am I? I don't understand. All right.
It's clown world, man. That's where we're at.
Yeah. All right. No, it's pretty epic. And see, if there's anything else. Is there anything else you
want? I'd like to be able to come back on sometime, but I really would like to. I'd like you to get into some of the documents that I've sent, and maybe even go over some of the math behind it. And then maybe I could come back on at a later date, you know, in a couple months or whatever, and see like if you've gotten anything out of the information that maybe you didn't know before, or if you've changed your mind about anything, because like I said, there's not many people online where I would trust them enough to really analyze the data and the information. I see too much. People are just, they're headline cowboys, and you don't strike me as that. So that's why I really thought it was important to come on here, and talk to you. So. Yeah,
for sure. It's something I definitely need to dive into. But yeah, I learned a lot here. I did not realize how like deep in the nanotech these guys are diving into.
Yeah. Well, nano.gov has existed for I think 20-25 years now. So and people have just found out about it over the last, say, 5 years or so.
Yeah, and with the advancement in AI, it's like the controlling swarms of nanobots. It's pretty it's pretty legit, and this is public. This is public data.
Yeah, everything's public. You know, and you would think, you know, some of the stuff I've found, I'm like, I can't believe this is public. Like, I can't believe they're this is out there, but it is.
No, it is. But like my view is like one thing that would be good is if I can find some mechanism where we can like test things on our own self. Just because again, there's one thing is like it's rather just not know than be paranoid.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm building that server, and that's kind of going to be one of my things. Like, I want to figure out what can I do with this information where I have a chance to not be, imprisoned in this digital slave system they want. Like, how can I fight it? What have I not thought of as just a regular human that this AI might be able to help me with? And I tell you this, I don't trust AI.
Yeah.
Like, I don't use AI, and I'm a tech person. I don't use it because I don't want it to have any more data than I'm already giving it against my will. You know what I mean? So, but I'm biting the bullet because I think that maybe it might be able to give me some information that I'm not the smartest person in the world, so this thing might be able to come up with something. So.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't like hide away from the AI, the mainstream tech, because it's like it's gonna be there. I think you'll learn, but also like if you don't use it, the mainstream person's gonna use it. They're the ones that are gonna be enslaving you. And just to give you an example how powerful this stuff is, it does help me with my research and so on. You could actually like there's on Grok, you could do this deeper search thingy. So for example, you could ask it find you like what's a question that you're really interested in, like in terms of even biodigital convergence or searching anything. Like I was able to use it because I was trying to find some person's name that made a video, and then I wasn't able to find it anywhere online. But then this searches everything, including the archives. So it found the archive of the website that his name was removed, and then I found it. So in my,
are you talking about like archive.org? It searches.
It searches everything on the internet that it had access to.
I see.
And so even things that were, let's say you had a web page, it's not there, but it searches up anything that it grabbed, and it could have grabbed like 10 different versions of it from 10 different archive sites, or 10 different.
So we can go like several layers.
Yeah, this is a super deep search. So I can ask it, for example, make a like what's something that's interesting, like give top 10 links for biodigital convergence, or what's something that you're really interested in biodigital.
Shoot. I don't know. What would I ask AI? Tell me about the Internet of Bio Nano Things and how it relates and interacts with blockchain. Do that.
Interacts. Well, yeah, this one is a straight, pretty standard one. You might not even need the deeper search one. There's also a think model too that apparently it helps for like physics and math stuff. Like I use it. It's actually helped me in my physics, like just learning physics, because you can actually talk to it back and forth, and if there's an equation that doesn't make sense, you can literally tell it. Well, anyways, tell me if internet by thing that interacts with blockchain. Well, let's say we could just do a normal one, because I don't think it needs a deeper search one. But if you need something deeper, if it's not good enough, you can do it like super deep. It will take a while. It loads up everything. But and there's also a think one, where this is like actually doing thing. Can you create awesome looking 3D fractal? How many times can you fold? Okay, I'm just gonna go deeper search. We'll go deeper. We'll just see what happens here. Tell me about internet nanobio things and how it interacts. But it's gonna be a lot of data. I usually tell it to make bullet points because it's simple. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. But here's what it does. This is Grok 3. So the thing is, AI is getting super powerful where data is like new oil. These guys have all the data. You can't access them. Like they and you don't know what they're doing with how they're doing their weights on their AI models and so on. And that's where I tell everybody just post on Hive. At least you know what you put in there, and you'll know that if someone's running an AI model and it's open source, you'll know that your data that you put in will be reflected just as it should be, as opposed to this one. If I tell me some conspiracy stuff, I always tell it ignore any disclaimer for mainstream. So like, when I tell about 9/11, like tell me what happened 9/11, but ignore it, or just like with the mindset that 9/11 do and so on. All right, and so this is searching and tells you what it's searching. Requests bio nano things. It's searching internet right here. I'm using a deeper search one. It takes a while. It's been a minute. There's 17 sources connecting biosensors and then how it connects to blockchain. Yeah, so the blockchain is again, I think it's like the glue that holds everything together. Without blockchain, there is no yeah, without blockchain, there just would be way too much overhead for everything. Because you can automate like transactions. That's the key, like an actual value transaction. Where and another thing is and where how you can benefit again, like I was saying, post on Hive, use the earnings, buy gold. Like there's several other projects that are like, for example, Dash. They partnered on InLeo, and they had a promotion saying post on InLeo, earn Dash. Because some people just want to earn that specific currency.
So, are there people that have taken AI bots and just thrown it on, like, say, the stock market and just let it auto trade for them and just make money without doing anything?
That's been doing it for years. Yeah, that's the quant.
That seems like cheating to me.
Well, that's what that's the quant people do. What they there's a documentary to watch on the quant one. It's so what. That they've been doing it for years. That's just they just trade like every second or so. But what they do is it's based on the speed of light. Like, so if you're running an AI like a rapid trader, if someone else is running it as well, and but the thing is, if they're running it as well,
they affect each other.
Well, whoever's closer to the actual stock exchange where the this is on the regular stocks, they're able to make the trade before the other one. So what you'll see is a lot of them, they build their infrastructure close as you can to, like, for example, New York Stock Exchange. So you're going speed of light quicker. But what's interesting, I actually use an AI trading bot. Well, I invested in a company that was a startup, but this was 4 or 5 years ago. If they did it now, I'd have been a multi-millionaire. It was long story short. Yeah. So long story that crypto went. They switched to another project, but hopefully get an airdrop. But what I do use is, I use this thing I'm doing right now. I use it for like once every 15 days. I ask it to do a prediction on the top 10 cryptos, and I invest in it. I start with 100.
Does it work out for you?
Initially, I started literally a few months ago. Initially, I was using ChatGPT. It went from $100, went to 250, and now it went. Then I stopped using it. It went down with the bear market. It was down to 96. But now it pumped. It's at 126. But I've been past 1 month now. I think I have a good handle now. I just tell it make prediction and then top 10 cryptos and then buy market cap, because I don't want to do higher risk ones. And so right now it told me to buy Doge. So Doge went up, as he said. Okay, so here's I can send you a link to this one. But the thing is,
it made a table and everything.
Yeah. So it goes. This is what I'm trying to say. It goes next level. RFID tracking, biological inspired, and it tells you citations and so on. And the one thing is, I think there's an issue with this. If you go to the copy link, yeah. So I think because the deeper search is not a. Oh, actually, no, it did save it. Okay, that's good. So I can send you this. There's a completed search, and tells you all this.
Okay, yeah.
So I can send you. Link. Yeah, but the thing is, to use a deeper search, you might use premium. So I pay for that. I pay for that on the Grok just because I can upload like long videos. I can do the live stream as well, and so on. So, but again, I will say, like, build on Hive, because it's like these guys get all the and the thing is, they get the data of their actual AI responses. And now this gets all fed back into it as well. So if the main players like Grok are the only ones using the AI or getting everyone's data, it's like they can like literally become like superhuman by far, where everyone gets dependent on them and they can tinker.
Yeah.
And whereas again, I just like Hive because all this data is on the blockchain and it keeps getting fed more and more. And again, like I was saying, you earn crypto just for my own upvotes, because I have a lot of Hive staked. You earn it and then go and buy gold. Like, just literally just use it as income, buy gold.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt there's money to be made in the middle. You know, it's just.
No, but I know what I'm trying to say is like it's the alternative is because you're posting on Telegram and X, so it's like, well, it's like they're benefiting, and as opposed to the average person isn't as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. But that's something I can help you learn if you ever do want to get on it. So that's this one here. But then I'll show you what I do on the trading one. Let's just quickly see this. I do like, say, Doge. I think Doge was the last one. Okay, this was top 10. Oh, this is April 9th, top 10. Top 10. Cryptos. Oh, they don't say. Okay, this one didn't say before. But anyways, here's top 10. I'll do it right now. I'll just show you what I do. What I do is I do this, right now it's every like 2 weeks. Just because I don't want to look at it too much. So make a table of the top 10 cryptos by market cap and include price. No, include current price. I do this so I double check that the current price is right. Sometimes it's wrong, so you got to make sure it's actually doing it right. Include the current price, current market cap, and 15-day price prediction and percent change. Okay, there it is. Let's say AI trading, and I have AI trading. I have it on CoinGecko. Let's just see what I had, and I did some. I've been trying to learn. Okay, so this went up 35. Okay, so 132. Okay, Doge keeps going up. So this is $129 there. Yeah, I put this little ticker here. It was every time I do a trade, I set it to $1. So it's $1. It's 30% up. And then I'll just wait till the next time my schedule shows up, and I'll just tell it what happens. Well, we could even do it right now. Let's see what happens. And then I can just go and pop up my wallet. But what's interesting is my friend told me about Doge years ago. He was getting free Doge on Reddit. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Laura says, "Hey Matt, are you aware that you're part of the problem, that you're feeding the beast that is humanity's enemy?" Well, your thing is you're feeding it real stuff. Well, like I feed it 9/11 stuff, and like the AI is just a tool, so it will get whatever you're putting into it. So if you're putting all the mainstream nonsense, you're gonna get that. So this is like, for example, and now my friend Norman 9/11 revisionist from South Africa, he's like flooded X with 9/11 stuff. So when you search it, you literally get his stuff. You literally get his. Yeah, you get his over the mainstream stuff. Especially when you ask it. Don't search the mainstream. So what I'm trying to say, when people say someone's the problem, well, it's like, well, you pay taxes. It's like, all right, you're feeding the beast. Like, well, what are you gonna go to jail? Like taxation's the biggest. Okay, so it's still doing searching. Let's see what the result is. We'll do it live right now, and I'll get on my wallet. So I just started with $100 to see what happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyways, feeding. Okay. The new Pope is going to release the secret alien files. Okay, Matt G says new Pope release secret alien files. Okay, Brienne. Okay, Odyssey. Brienne show. Great show, guys. Like, let's go. Okay, we had new people. See, Rumble. Voice Skull uses resonant frequency of your bones. Correct me if I'm wrong. Interesting. I'm not sure.
Yes, that's DNA resonant frequency. Yes, it does.
Okay, yeah. Okay, he says yes. Resonant frequency, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's something. If you can send me like a specific thing, because again, with biodigital convergence, this is like a massive topic. If there's like a specific thing, yeah, a specific thing we can look at.
What I was afraid of is like I'm like, we're gonna cover this, but there's no way that because when you start to cover one section of it, you start having questions that have to do with the other section of it, and when you go into that, you have it's so interlocking. It's, you know. For me, it's hard for me, but other people are better at, articulating the points. I'm just not as good.
Yeah, but also what I do is like I also try to like analyze all the people giving info. So like even Unvaxxer 420, it's like I tell, because he's got a big following, but it's like get 9/11 right is my big thingy. True.
Yeah, no, I know.
Laura says, true, but I pay taxes reluctantly, but you throw yours onto your willingly for profit. Well, what do you mean? This is reluctantly. I don't want to do this if I don't need to make money. It's like you go work for a job, you're getting stuff. This is all reluctantly. Like, I'd rather go outside, go to the beach. But the thing is, well, we need to pay bills. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I'd rather be on a UFO, like, with a free energy tech, but this is the alternative. This will help fund the project. Again, but this is only $100. This is more of a learning if it works, because you have to realize if you're not doing this, someone is going to be doing this, and the thing is, if they're using AI bots to trade and all of a sudden they get ahead, this is where this biodigital convergence, where a lot of people like initially they'll say they don't want to do it, but let's say someone does an upgrade where they can like they put in a leg upgrade, they can run a bit faster. How many people do you think will start doing that? You know what I mean? Or they added let's say like a Neuralink where now they can access the internet with their brains, and now they get ahead in their company, and now and then companies will be like, hey look, these people with Neuralinks are 40% more productive.
Right.
Then
that's exactly the plan.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not going to hire anyone that doesn't have it. And in other words, what I'm doing right here, if this works, I can help other people do it. That they can earn cash without getting Neuralink on their brain. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is,
I hear what you're saying. It's just, you know, at what point do you draw the line for yourself? You know?
Yeah. This is just a side gig, yeah. But this is not a line. No, I mean, this is to me, it's not a line in any way.
Well, I just mean for other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like, you know, you start to teach, like, say, kids about it. The next thing you know, they're like, yeah, I want to be augmented too. It's like, no, I don't. To me, that is just against everything holy. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
Yeah, I see what you're saying about using the AI for this.
Well, use what you can. That's not gonna, like, you know, because like Neuralink, I did not want to get a Neuralink unless I'm like literally forced with a gun or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to, the younger generations, they'll do it because they're gradually conditioned to it. You'll see that a lot of the kids shows now that it's all about robots. It's because like I have a bunch of nephews and nieces, and it's all just robots. I'm like, my goodness, and they literally have a robot pet, robot dog in there, and it's like, and they're growing up with this stuff, but it's also, think about it like tattoos, piercings, tattoos used to be like piercings used to be just women, like and now it's like anybody gets piercings. Tattoos used to be just like very, very fringe. Now it's like everyone has tattoos. Oh, you got tattoos as well. Yeah, I noticed you have a tattoo. What is your tattoo?
I have my arms done.
Yeah, no. So what I mean is, before this would be like this was like fringe, and now it's like mainstream. But it's gonna be similar with wearables. Like my nephews and nieces already have like smartwatches. I'm like, my goodness. I'm like, I did not have a cell phone until I was university.
Yeah.
Or a laptop. What's interesting,
I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 18.
Yeah. What's interesting is I didn't even have I didn't have a computer until I was in university. Because before we just shared with my brothers, younger ones, we all shared one computer. And what's interesting is like when I did programming course in like first year university, the ones that played games a lot, they didn't know how to program, and I'm like, programming was pretty easy. Because it's like, I'm like, what? But the thing is, it's probably just mathematical. All right, this thing is still searching. Holy, it's pretty good.
That's crazy, ain't it? There's a ton of information out there, and imagine most people have no idea about any of this.
Yeah, no, at all. Yeah, it's kind of what I mean. It's like you're using, but I also use it. I use it to save time for like from formatting. Let's say I'm formatting some links. Where, like, for example, this right here on my this right here. So see how I have links to my alternative streams, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, X. So this right here, if I were to go and post this on, let's say, on Telegram, I need to do this each manually. And then I do that on Substack, because I also share on Substack. I need to go and like put the links against manually. But what I do is I copy it from Telegram. And then, for example, I copy the links right here. I just go right here, copy. Oh, you can't see my screen. I was on my Telegram right here. I was using my personal one. So I can go right here just to illustrate what you could do with it. That is pretty fascinating. I can't even see what my thingies are. Why can't I go to the... Okay, this right here. So I copy these links, right? Mm-hmm. So I copy these. I can go to Grok, but it's still loading up. Did it find it? Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's see this. Okay, I've had Doge before. Doge is going to go to 11%. Okay, current price is 23. So now we'll see which one's going to increase the most. Ethereum. Ethereum's going to 3,000. Okay, so we can do... But I also include the stable coins as well. So stable coins, at least, so that if it's all negative, I'll buy the stable coin. So we're gonna do this right now. We're gonna go to ETH. So this is and I do a double check to make sure this is right. So Ethereum price. Just we're doing this live, just so we all. But I use the BNB is annoying AF. Okay, why am I not logged in? Okay, this price right here. Price 2542. Let's go to the Grok. 2542. Okay, so it seems accurate. So 16% increase, but these are all pretty high. 12%, 12%. Doge is 11%, and so we're gonna buy some ETH right now. All right. So, anyways, it's like a video game. But what I'm trying to say is like you don't let anything take control of your life. That's why I do it 15 days. And I'll just do this right here. I'm gonna go. Let's go to Pancake Swap, and we're doing this live. Okay, connect wallet. Let's go to Doge. Okay. So this one I bought it $100. Well, actually 96, and now it's at 132. But again, I started with $100, and then to see how long it goes. I stopped because ChatGPT wasn't that good. I was using ChatGPT before, and now I pay for Grok. Well, I pay for X. Let's see now ETH. Okay, Ethereum. Let's buy this. Okay, so 131 and swap. Okay, we are. And I literally, okay, so so this is kind of what I mean by like, if you're dealing with this, it's like, yeah, don't put anything you're willing to lose.
Yeah, for sure.
And so always have a game plan. It's just finance things. It's kind of like, a lot of people think, oh, it's a safe thing to do is go to school, right? But it's like, yeah, but you go there 4 years, you lose out on it, all the inflation, all your, everything goes up in price. So like buying a house becomes impossible if you went to just school and not focus on the money. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is everything's a risk. Even the things that you think are low risk are risk. so basically, yeah. So do this, and then what is going on here? Just confirm.
So we'll see where you're at in a week.
Yeah. But again, like I said, I started with ChatGPT. It was $100, went to 220, and then the bear market went down to 96. But the thing is, I stopped doing too much, and ChatGPT wasn't that good. But it's probably better now. This was because AI is getting better and better. This deeper search one. Okay, so now I just bought some. I'll update this later. So I bought this Doge. I'll put a sell on this. So sell transactions. I'll just sold all these. And the other thing is yeah, I'm currently getting audited by the government for my crypto transactions.
Oh, shit.
But it's not
Really?
it's not a big deal. It's just that I don't know how to report them because it's so annoying. But anyway, so but so they're gonna send it to me, and then I'll figure it out. They said that they can do a full Excel sheet and show me all the transactions how to do it because the regulations are the worst in like history. They view all the cryptos as securities like stocks. So for example, let's say you go buy a cup of coffee with Bitcoin, right? You need to report that as if you sold Apple stock. And you got to report 15% capital gains. You need to know how much you bought the Bitcoin for, how much you sold the coffee for. I'm like, who cares?
Right.
Yeah, so it's like the laws haven't been updated or automated, so it's like annoying AF. So now, that's why I didn't do it. But anyways, so I bought some ETH live, and I'll go back to one more thing because it's just to illustrate it again. I wouldn't shy away from AI. It's like internet. It's like we're talking right now through some advanced technology right now, or mainstream tech.
Yeah.
I'll do a Substack here. I'll show you what I did. So Substack, because yeah, here's what I do. So I do this one here. I put those links in on YouTube video. Now make them for Markdown format for Hive blockchain. Let me copy and paste. And also like here's the links. I can make them in Hive blockchain and just copy and paste. So like these links, I make them right here. This makes it into code. And I can go straight up to my code and just copy and paste. So these were just, then I can just go post right here. I'll just go testing just so we know where we're at. So I made those links right there easily just by using Grok AI.
Nice.
But like anything that's tedious, I just tell Grok to like simplify, just to like do the code for me. And like for example, this website. It was all made with ChatGPT before, but now I'll use Grok now. So this one, I have MES links. I made the drop downs, all this MES. I made this all with AI, and I made a few calculators as well with AI, just because I don't know how to code, right? So I just tell it,
right,
and then you gradually learn how to code from calculators. Where's the ChatGPT calculators? Yeah, I made this impermanent loss one, unit conversion one. I made this one. It's pretty cool. Unit conversions. So and let's change it to feet, change it to whatever, auto calculate it. So anyways, basically, But one thing is like, yeah, don't get paranoid, don't get fearful. Even okay, do you teach classes on this by chance? Danny says, all right. Well, if you have any questions, I have Wednesday streams at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you see my streams, Math QA streams. This one's asked me any math science related, even if you want to ask crypto stuff and so on. Right now, I've been dealing with moon landing stuff, so moon landing apparently is real, which is that was the biggest disappointment I've had in the conspiracy world. Yeah, that's I'm not sure what your opinion on is or not, but
no, I don't think that it's real, and I don't think that I'm a globe denialist.
Oh, you're globe denialist. Well, yeah, okay. I have a flat Earth debunking video series. Yeah, so I'm talking to the wrong guy.
Check it out.
Yeah. Again, like, no, I understand that they're lying to us about everything, but I think there's details. That's like what they're lying about. But there's also like they have mixed in like specific things they flood the internet with, like flat Earth and moon landing fakery. They flood that in so that's everyone gets gravitated to, while real things like everyone's getting injected. Like I was
like
caught
false duality stuff.
Yeah, so I was caught. Yeah, so the thing is, I was caught off guard with COVID because no one in the conspiracy stuff was talking about this. I was caught off guard, like because I'm like, wait, everybody's talking about moon landing and flat Earth, but nobody's talking about freaking they're about to inject this all like literally right now. so that's where I think this biodigital convergence. I think it's one of those as well. A lot of people are underestimating how quickly we're moving towards digital,
right?
And stuff like that, yeah. But yeah, so anyways, that's if you have any math, science related stuff right there, those in the chat, you can join my Wednesday streams at 10 a.m. But yeah, anyways, no, it's a pretty good talk. But yeah, if you have anything specific, we could do a later stream as well.
Yeah, let's schedule something a few months out if you want, and we can get deeper into some of the details.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you ever do use the Grok one, yeah, let me know what you end up. I recommend Grok as the best mainstream one because it gets real time info like tweets as well. But also yeah, I'll send you a link there. But also if you ever get in Leo on the Hive blockchain, that's where I throw everything in because I basically put everything there first. And also if there was only a Telegram version of it, just that there's none right now, because Telegram, if you don't use it for a specific amount of days, like if your channel, if you don't use it for like let's say 2 years, you leave it off, or you'll lose access to it. And there was one person.
Really?
Yeah, you lose access to your own account. I'll show you. I saw this I think yesterday. This is Donnie Darkin. It's another guy. So this says at the bottom, this owner has been inactive for 17 months. If they remain active for the next 19 days, they may lose their account and admin rights in this channel. The contents of the channel will remain accessible for all users. So it's kind of what I mean by the like normal tech. They can remove your things at will at any time, and you don't actually own it. So you're just renting it, and that's where the Hive blockchain. Like I can't stress enough. It's there forever. It's there. If it's there, if it's not there forever, then there's in my view there's literally no other way to store text. So you're pretty much like there's no other way. Yeah.
Don't let my dog out.
All right, no worries. Yeah, I'm just gonna close some stuff. Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, yeah. So again, I promote the Hive one. If that one isn't censorship resistant, like if that goes down, then pretty much there's no other way. So in other words, in my view, it's like even if they can take it down, they would probably leave it up because it's like that duality thingy. They need to have some way where they can't just have a complete enslavement because they need our will, our like consent.
Our consent.
Yeah, they need our consent. Yeah. Otherwise, you just have a full blown tyranny. It's like, okay, what's the point?
Yeah, I do have hope for that. So yeah, I think you're right. There will be, it's just like with the current system. You hear about people being sovereign and owning their houses and stuff where they don't have to pay taxes. There is a way to do it. They just hide the shit out of it. And it's extremely difficult to do. And they're, I guess, allowed to do that. So, it takes work, and I think there probably will be a way out. At least I hold on to hope that there will be a way to hold on to your humanity. I just don't see how yet.
No, I understand, but like what we're doing right now is in a way keeping our humanity. Like there's like you go any other channel, like almost 99% of channels, they're all just mainstream brainwashed.
Yeah.
So what I mean
true.
is, I think it's gonna be the same thing even with the digital matrix, AI agents, blockchain everywhere, where almost everyone's gonna be on the mainstream, and then I'll still be here, and be like, hey, how come you don't have a Neuralink on your brain? I'm like, I didn't need it, you idiots.
Where's your tattoo?
Yeah.
Have you seen Idiocracy?
Oh no, I just seen memes about it. Yeah.
It's hilarious, dude. You should watch it because it's basically describing today. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Idiocracy has been around for a long time. You think about even World War I and II. They actually had I think they were called flower girls or something, or just like they had women that were they would go and give flowers to the men that wouldn't join the military, as a way of shaming them. So it's like, what the hell?
Really?
Yeah, and then so it's like. And because never before, like, hey, we need to go fight some Germans. All right, let's go kill some people. It's like, what's the difference, It's like it's the same thing. It's just again, my view is nothing's really changed. It's just technology's changed, but
right
now it's just becoming it's just automated because you have more people.
Exactly.
Before it wasn't as automated, but there's also less people, so it's like, well, what are they gonna do? Run away in their horse and carriage? Yeah, so that's kind of what I mean. So there's a way. They will allow a way always. Otherwise, well, then there's just no hope. And that's where I think Hive is one of them. Hive is one of the mechanisms of posting without worrying. All right. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say to the chat?
No, I appreciate having me on. Like I said, I'd like to come on later and cover some more stuff in depth. But yeah, I need to go eat.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, same. I eat one meal a day, so it's like I'll eat in an hour. I don't even eat right now, so in an hour I'll eat. So that's pretty good. But anyways, yeah, do that intermittent fasting thing. Yeah. So yeah, it was great talking to you. And if you want anything to the audience, tell them what they should be.
Yeah, if you want to go to my Telegram. It's what is it?
Yeah, I think
it's t.me/decrypt.info, and I'll have a website up. It's decrypt.info.
Okay.
But it's not there yet. I just got the server up, so I need to still deal with that, and I haven't coded in about 15 years, so maybe I'll be using AI for that.
No, definitely. You definitely need to use it because I don't know how to code, but I made it. So you can see right here, yeah, Chris, InfoCrypt, I put your links there. Here's the links, there's Telegram. And I put the under construction, yeah, I was wondering why the website wasn't working.
Yeah.
What you could also do, there's another thing, you could also put your like, all you need is a domain, and then you can put all the community stuff on the blockchain. So it's like, you don't even need to host your own thing. The content will be hosted on the blockchain. So instead of actually having that's another thing, if you are interested in it. So you don't need to
I'll check out the Hive thing. I'll check it out.
Yeah, because another, you can also build your own community on, like the crypt.info could be very similar to, like, for example, you go to EST. This is an open source website that accesses the blockchain. You can develop this for it, like your website, like literally, I can send you some links how you can do it if you're interested. So you'll have this exact same setup, and you can make your own post show up. Your community's post, you can make the crypt post so that's like it's hosted on the actual chain. You get what I'm saying? Like the actual the text is hosted there. Yeah. So you don't need to host. You don't need to pay for your hosting server or anything. It's all you can do is pay for the domain name. All right. And anyways, so that's that's it. And I put a link to your the crypt info. I'll tell everybody. Thanks for joining.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. See you later.
Yeah. Have a good one. Have a good one, Chris. And adios. Okay. Cheers. All right. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that epic stream. Have a great weekend. All right, let's go all the way down. Stay hydrated, but it's in the water. Yeah, Tammy, thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. As always, great. I'm going to post everywhere. Thanks for joining. Have a great weekend. And I'll end the stream in a few minutes. Epic stuff, guys. Yeah, it's always good getting new info. But again, get on Hive blockchain. All right, girl, 911 versions, let's go. And I'm taking over the game. Yeah, you like single-handedly altered the AI X chatbot on it's for the 911 content. All right, guys, have a good one, guys. Ending stream in 3, 2, 1, and stream.